Three, two.
We're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Route 66. We are going to be playing some Pathfinder First Edition today, and we are currently elbows deep into the Shattered Star Adventure Path. This is a collection of 6 linked adventures that take players from levels 1 to around 16, 17, maybe more if things go terribly poorly or terribly well.
And right now we're a meaty level 14.
Very, very meaty, yes.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. Who goes first in this one? Ava.
No.
Oh, Ava's first?
Aren't you going the other way?
I was going to go with Ava.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Hello, I'm definitely not Ava, but I'm introducing Ava today. Because she's not here and we miss her. But she
Hello,
plays
not Ava.
Feya. Hi. She plays Feya, a witch who freaks me out, but I love it. And on Sunday, she plays definitely a human, definitely named Junko. All of that is false. And when she's not playing tabletop games with us, she streams sometimes and she loves boba. So you should go follow her. Avarichu. It's her username everywhere. There you go.
Thank you.
That's Ava.
Excellent. Thank you. Not Ava. Alvin.
Hi,
Who the heck are
I am Alvin, and I'm playing as Olak, the half-orc war priest of Gorum, who was sick last week, and apparently they did fun things without me. But they did follow the orc creed, which is smash and slash.
You're welcome.
True.
Speaking of hack and slash, I'll hack and slash my hair. I missed it already.
I knew it!
What's one hyper obscure piece of trivia about you?
My cat ran away because he didn't recognize me.
Thank you.
Aww, that's very sad.
You know what? Asked and delivered. Ashley.
We're not all gonna have to do that, are we? Cause
No, that's just for Alvin.
Okay.
That's just for Alvin. You've got the Etsy thing.
Oh yeah, I do have Etsy. I'm Ashley. I play Seone. She is a human sorceress. She's pretty swell. She blows stuff up a lot. She's kind of the arcane muscle of the group. Just saying. When I'm not playing Seone, I play Cora on Sundays. Everyone's mad at her for some stupid reason, but you know she's really nice and innocent. And when I'm not playing tabletop games, I'm making stuff and selling it online. And I don't have anything new to show, so I'm gonna show some stuff I showed yesterday. Actually, wait, I don't think I showed this yesterday. Did I? Frog Prince?
Wait,
I bet
no,
I
you
did.
Didn't. Frog Prince?
Frog
How
Prince.
Cute.
Fairy Wolf. This is exclusive stuff on my Patreon. And a guinea pig knight. He's a freaking guinea pig.
I love it.
That's about it.
I love it.
You know, me and my friends once devised a measuring length of guinea pigs, since guinea pigs usually are pretty standard in length.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh.
They get
In
pretty big.
rotundness, though.
For example, I'm about 14 guinea pigs tall. Yeah. Wait.
You know,
Wait, on there.
that tracks.
Are you?
That tracks.
Okay. Yep.
You stack them?
Yeah, you stacking them.
Michael, who the heck are you?
I'm Michael, and I play in this game. Not what I was gonna say.
What's your name?
But it's true. So I play Lurk Logan, also known as Jonathan, and the artist formerly known as Lem, and that's a good time. And I don't do online things, but I play a lot of other things like D&D, which are really cool. And I got one of these things. I can't really see it, but anyway, that lady up top, whose name I think I'm not supposed to say, I'm going to try really hard to be better about that this week, made that, and it's awesome. And now I'm going to have her make more stuff. It's really cool.
Uh-oh.
Also, the world is hard. Be nice to people. They need it.
Thank you. Perfect. Alvin, could you give us an obscure piece of trivia?
Of what?
I don't know. I just said I was gonna do it every time someone doesn't have the like a promo or something to plug. So
He promoted me, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
don't
I mean,
really.
I know, but I needed this. I needed the joke to work. Okay, I had to call an Alvin. It's okay. You don't actually have to do anything.
Oh, wait. For those who are in Canada watching right now, you have about 2 hours left until the federal polling
So vote.
stations vote. So vote!
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, it's important. Thank you. Hey, you know what? Great plug right there. Finally, Saraha.
Oh, that's me, not Ava/Saraha.
Whoa.
Whoa. I play Kyra, the cleric of Sarenrae. Everybody needs Sarenrae. On Mondays, I play a druid, which is pretty cool. And when I'm not doing that, I don't know what I'm doing. I've gotten into drawing a lot recently, and I've gotten back into reading. So if you have good book recommendations, you should tweet them at me, please, at Osaraha. So I would love to hear it. So there we go.
Thank you. Do I want to make Alvin give more trivia, or am I going to let that go?
I don't know a lot of trivia.
Alvin, you
Wait.
know
On the
more
spot.
than like anybody I've ever talked to.
But it comes naturally, not on the
Tell us something
spot.
about pickles.
Which one? The
The
food?
vegetable.
The
briny
vegetable?
vegetable.
Like the act of pickling or the pickles?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh.
so as long as it's fully submerged, usually you can keep a jar of pickled something up for maybe 5-ish years. And it would still be good as long as it's always fully submerged. If it ever starts growing mold, you should throw it out. That being said, I had to throw out my jar of pickles since it wasn't fully submerged on the side and stuff started to grow in it.
That's tragic. But thank you. Perfect. Excellent trivia. Finally, last person. I am Askell Archer. I'm the game master, the GM. I will be running the adventure today, playing the bad guys, playing any really horrific monsters from the dawn of time, any fish that may still be in this lake that haven't been eaten. Just kidding. No fish today. And anything else that isn't one of the players. I will be controlling them and playing them. I will also be adjudicating the rules and presenting the adventure text to our players to engage with, and hopefully they'll kick the crap out of it and keep moving forward to tell a kick-ass story. When I'm not running games on Route 66, I am streaming on Twitch or cooking. Today I'll be streaming. This week I will be streaming Pathfinder: Wrath of the Righteous, though, which kicks so much ass and is such a good game. And anybody who loves Pathfinder should play that because it's friggin' great. That's all. So that's us. The rest of you, though, those of you who are in chat, if you'd like to be involved today, you can do so by spending your gold pieces, which are your channel points, on chat's blessings, which are recorded under that little winged D20 on the right side of the screen. Our players can spend chat's blessings to give themselves a plus or minus 1 on any D20 roll, or to give me a plus or minus 1 on any D20 roll. And they can spend multiple points at a time to really make big splashes when they need to. You can also save up and spend a bigger amount of gold pieces on hero points, which are sort of like a super chat's blessing. It can be plus 8 or minus 8 if the player spends it before the die is rolled, or plus or minus 4 if after. They can also spend one to not die when they would otherwise die, which might be relevant in the near future. I'm not saying that the mother of Oblivion is going to kill everyone, but anyway, let's shall we run the intro?
Let
Oh, yeah.
All right, welcome back, everyone. So let's do the recap. Um, you guys are a group of Pathfinders working for Sheila Hydemarch out of Magnamar. You are reassembling the ancient artifact, the Shattered Star. To that end, you've acquired 6 out of the 7 shards, and the. Sorry, Michael, it was a habit. Force
That's
of
okay.
habit. Why don't you? No, you
You
know what?
took his recap.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I say recap and I forget that there's a bard in the party. You
It's
know,
okay.
it's just a reflex. Why don't you? Well, let's just start from the beginning. You
Like
can
a
Drum
continue.
the
flex.
instruments.
Oh, I mean, like, you don't want the whole like campaign recap.
No,
right?
no, no, no.
That shit.
You just do.
Okay. All right. So last time adventures, it was a pretty great time up in here. That's what it was. We have been adventuring into the Guiltspur, I don't know, bottoms dungeon. Not sure what to call it. It's underneath Guiltspur, and it turns out it's this big Thessalonian museum where they studied all the crazy, creepy things. And we've been wandering around, checking it all out, getting our fill of lore, and it's been a grand time. And last time we had decided to continue our explorations, and we found a super creepy altar to the nameless god Nahugaba Hopetep.
Close
That
enough.
was flawless.
And, um, and Lem thought it would be a great idea if we took the time to undo all the nonsense that Olak had caused by defacing perfectly good old god statues. Oh, that was you. That was you, buddy. Don't point fingers. It was you. So Lem left a very generous offering of a gold piece. And something really weird happened after that, like this terrible vision of a horrible icy plain with a big tower that Lem recognized as something really terrible and old. The name of which escapes me, but it was terrible and old. And after that, we all decided to keep going along, and then we found this really long hallway with all these really cool columns, and they looked really creepy. And then some of the columns came to life, and they were bad constructs. They're these faceless angels, and they cut Olak to bloody pieces. And it was terrible. It was really terrible. They cut everybody up pretty good except for Lem. Lem didn't get hurt, but that's neither here nor there, I suppose. And there were 2 of them, and we fought and fought and fought, and well, then they were gone thanks to some eroding ray action and some Olak pounding action and some Kyra poking action. I don't think Lem did anything.
That inspired courage, though.
It was very inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
It was very. And then after that, we healed up a little bit, caught our breath, and then we went walking down the hallway. And then we walked down the hallway some more, and then we kept walking down the hallway. This hallway, it was a really long hallway. And we walked and we walked and we walked, and then we came to the beach, and it was going to be great. It was going to be a rest stop. We were going to chill out. We were gonna some chairs, maybe some sandwiches, something nice to drink. But no, Mr. Askell Archer down there, he decided to be that guy.
Still not sorry.
And suddenly, we decided to have the bright idea of teleporting across. We were very proud of ourselves, and we went to do it, and all that happened was one of us got very sick to their stomachs. And just as Lem was about to puke, a giant sea monster emerged, and that's where we're going to pick up.
Thank you. That's actually, unironically, pretty much how it went. Normally I say it ironically. That's actually spot on. Yeah, that's well done. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, if I might illustrate the point a little bit, this was the most recent event, in case anybody had forgotten. As this horrific amphibious monster bursts from the surface of the lake. I'm gonna have you guys roll initiative.
I don't wanna.
Yeah, me don't want. Are you sure we have to?
I'm fairly confident.
Back away slowly.
Maybe
I don't want to be
get...
the first one to roll. Okay. Oh, good job.
I am trying to find my browser. There it is. Jeez.
I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared.
Oh my god.
Look at our
Who-
initiatives, you guys. Who are we?
What is this?
What cleric is this?
Hold on, let me get mine up there. Oh,
Plus an 18.
That's the first time she went behind all of us.
yeah, I have a plus 10. That's pretty bad.
I think that we all
You're
deserve
still
an extra
double
skill
digits.
slot for that.
Yeah, no,
Dang it. A do-over?
no.
I think we just
Have to
won the
wait
fight
slowly?
automatically.
I think we did. We did. What was
Pretty much.
Faye's initiative?
Well, if you've already, what's that? Oh, Faya
What was
has
Faya's?
5.
Well, I'm not
Sorry,
rolling for
man.
dragon.
Dragon and Dodgy will not be participating in this one. All right.
I won't speak for Dodgy, but
Oh,
So,
are you casting Blessing of Fervor, or am I?
I'll do it.
the idle Dodgy.
Sure.
Let me
Okay.
idle Dragon. And Lamb, what was your initiative?
21.
Olak,
20.
Sione,
well,
and Kyra.
19.
Wait until you see what the Mother of Oblivion acts on.
Yeah, she probably is way ahead of us, huh?
Lem, you have initiative.
whoa!
Well, fortunately, I can't see any of my friends except for Kyra down there. Is that on purpose?
Yeah, it's the lighting. The
Wait a minute.
lighting.
Yeah, it's all the columns blocking your line of sight.
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
You gotta
Well,
move up, bud.
And Togbad, you'd know, is to your front. Well, facing the light, he'd be to your left, but he's on the right side of the screen.
This goes against everything I believe is true. So I'm going to move to there, and then I'm going to use my swift action to start singing a song about a boat that rows along peacefully with no problems whatsoever. It's going to be fine. It's the Everything is Fine in the Rowboat song.
Okay.
And then I'm going to... Is My Good Hope still up? I don't know how long it took us to walk down that corridor.
It was a 3-mile walk, so I'm gonna say probably not.
How long does 3 miles would have? How long was that?
Moving at a below average speed, probably. Let's see.
Yeah.
Duration. 1 minute per level. I think it would have taken you more than 15 minutes to walk 3 miles.
Oh,
And remove fear
Airwalk's
should
still
be
up.
So that puts and Moment of Greatness is gone, but I will get that up next turn. So there's your saves and everything, and that's gonna be all the things for me.
Excellent. Where? Oh, right. I moved it over here. Next up is Olak.
okay. With my standard action, I will cast. And using my Errata extended meta magic,
Okay.
casting Blessing of Fervor on everyone.
Nice.
Okay.
Alright, for level.
And
Yep. So that
what's that
will
gonna
be. So basically, it's like choose your own buff from haste and also those other options.
What? What?
Yeah, you get
Uh,
to pick one every
every round, you can choose to either increase your speed by 30 feet, stand up with a swift action, take an extra attack, cast a spell at second level or lower with enlarged, extended, silent, or still spell. It
Wow.
does
or
not.
gain a +2 on attack.
It does not stack with haste or anything similar. But that will last for 26 rounds.
Okay. Make sure you're keeping track of that, please.
Okay. And for my swift action,
If this takes 26 rounds, we're all in trouble.
Yeah.
I will cast Freedom of Movement on myself.
Oh my gosh.
And this round, I will give myself the 30 feet of movement, and I will.
Okay. Make sure you mark. at the end of your turn. So like when the next person goes, but make sure you mark your token with something to show you have freedom of movement.
Yes, sir. And I will zoom out there with my
Out over
greatsword out.
the water.
Yep.
He's
Doing a
air
battle.
walking or whatever.
Oh, how tall are the columns?
So those are pilings.
Oh,
Like that once belonged to a bridge. They don't go all the way up to the ceiling.
how tall do they go?
I'm not sure, but that does raise the point. Maybe I should revisit the description of this area.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a vast underground lake. The dark waters ripple 30 feet below the jagged edge of the hall's end. So the water's 30 feet below.
Oh, so this a cliff? Oh, oh.
A series of intermittently spaced stone pilings extend south, indicating that at one point. So actually, you'd be flush with those. Those are level with the floor.
Okay, good, that's good.
Indicating that at one point the hall transformed into a bridge which extended south over the lake, but the bridge itself must have collapsed long ago. The vast cavern's limits recede into the darkness, as do the inky black waters of the lake, which takes up the chamber's extent. The ceiling rises to form a cathedral-like space above. Stalactites hang here and there, some of prodigious size, while two irregular rows of stone pilings lead south, out across the waters. You hear the sound of gently cascading water echoing through the cavern. I should probably make sure that's playing too.
And how tall is Miss Tentacle Monster?
Miss Tentacle Monster is, I'm pretty sure I actually have that. No, they don't give me just a number of feet. So I'm going to say she's about 40 feet tall,
So,
but partially submerged in the water. Her head rises, though, over the cliff.
right. Well, let's go over here. Another 30 feet down this way. Level with the column 10.
Okay.
Get my charge going.
Let's see. There it is. The surviving pilings protrude anywhere from 5 to 30 feet from the waters below. So each one's kind of a different height.
Okay.
And each one is about 5 feet across. And looks like it's not smooth rock, so like if you needed to climb on them, you probably could.
Olok's gonna get eaten.
Not after you! Well, I mean, that's horrible. No.
Yeah. Correct. Won't be after me, that's right. You're the one that's out there.
Alright. So Olok rushes out over the just in through the air, out over the water. That takes us to Kyra.
Okay, taking a note from Olak, I'm gonna cast Freedom of Movement on myself as well.
Okay.
So I will be doing that, and I just kind of look at Fea and go, "What is this thing? What do we do?" I don't know. I mean, I guess I could make a check, but I don't think I'm gonna know anything. So.
On her turn, she can try. She's technically still flat-footed, so she can't really tell you what it is. She's like, just a moment, and like you can see she's quickly flipping pages. Like,
check would it be if I wanted to do it?
This would be knowledge planes.
Try. We'll see what I know. I probably don't know anything. 11.
11. You know that this thing is extra planar. That's about the extent of what you know.
Okay.
And obviously you know what little you might remember from the stories told you by like Valeros, Ezrin, etc. from 5 years ago.
Okay.
Which is a little more than like excited tales over rum or ale in a tavern.
Okay.
You know?
And I will. Am I gonna step back? I'm gonna stay where I'm at. I'm not gonna move.
Okay. All right. After you is your henchman Togbad, who he kind of makes a ferocious face, grabs a boulder out of his sack, and does a running start. Actually, he's gonna go all the way over to
jumps into
here.
that lake.
He's not jumping. He's just like shot putting. He builds up speed and then hurls a boulder at it. I forgot to open his character sheet. Sorry. Rock. There it is.
Paper.
Yeah, that didn't.
Cheers.
He throws the boulder, and like one slimy octopus tentacle just catches it, crushes it into powder within the tentacle, and just bits of debris fall into the water below. And it lets out this deafening, hideous cry that pierces the entire cavern. Think like, I guess like, I wish I could do sounds like this. Think Jurassic Park, but more high pitch.
Oh.
After Togbad is Sione.
I don't have the
Ione will
throat
put
for
a
it.
hand on Kyra and cast fly on her.
Again.
What?
Yum.
All right. Don't forget to put your wings on. Kyra, you suddenly feel lighter than the very air you breathe.
And then I will quicken spell and cast mirror image on myself.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. So make sure you mark that with something.
Yeah,
I think there's actually a mirror image option, isn't there?
There is. There's a little.
I believe
token
we
for
found
it.
that last time. Yeah.
So, how many is that? That's +1 for 3. You're level, so 4, 5. So 6 copies of Sione split out from her body. Whenever someone casts a spell, I always think of Doctor Strange in Infinity War when he like splits into all those, kind of like that.
Which mirror image did you want me to use?
I think it's labeled mirror image.
Oh, I found it. And then you just number, right? When you.
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
All right, cool. After Sione
too, because I'm blind.
is the mother of Oblivion. Finally,
Wait,
wow.
Can I move as well, please?
you can move.
Yeah, I walk right out of this place.
See you.
Wow.
I go up 5 feet and back here.
All right. She sort of dips under the water, and you just see this shadow beneath the waves, like spread out, and then suddenly everything pulls in all at once, and she launches east through the water to about here.
Oh no.
And surfaces right below Olak. And as she rises up from the water, she sort of snaps like 10 feet in front of you, almost playfully. And she is going to cast a spell.
Oh, I thought she was gonna Mosasaur me.
No,
What?
she's letting you know she could have. All of you have a -1 penalty on every dice roll,
Not cool.
including damage. And she gets +1. So we'll just mark that with that.
Oh shoot! I forgot to do a planes check. Dang it.
Oh, if you want, you can retcon that. That's fine.
Can it be Arcana, or does it have to be planes?
It would have to be planes. 12. Same as Kyra. You know this, actually exactly the same as Kyra. 1, you know this is extra planner. 2, you recognize it from the stories your former comrades may have shared with you, particularly Valorous. I would imagine you probably never thought he was telling the truth about this.
No save on that prayer?
I don't think there's a save on it.
No, there isn't. It just happens.
Yep.
As long as everyone's within 40 feet of you.
Is it 40 feet of her center square, or
40
It's a
feet
40
of her
feet.
outermost square.
Oh no! That puts me in it barely.
So Lem and Fea, you're excused. Okay, that's it for her turn. Fea is going to stay. She's perfectly fine at that distance, I think. She's going to try to identify this.
Wow, low roll, Fea.
We're all rolling low.
And basically all she's going to say is, oh no. And she's got
Can it be
enough to know
banished?
it's a problem.
Fea. Can it be banished?
Maybe. Probably. Maybe. You're not getting a lot of confidence from Fea.
Oh no.
For her spell. What school of magic is banish?
It is
It's the same one as teleportation.
Conjuration?
abjuration. Banishment is
Oh,
abjuration.
That's tragic. Okay, well, we're gonna try something. We're just gonna try something here. She's going to. That is a touch spell. Nope. No, we most certainly are not trying that.
Abjuration.
Nope. Quite good, actually. Okay, we're gonna try something. Just a little opening, rousing round of Phantasmal Killer. Just to, we'll see. Just testing the fences a little bit. She begins casting a spell. This is an illusion and a will save. Let's see.
Oh.
Will 9,000. You wait.
Is it?
Yeah.
It
I'm
is
a little
mind
worried because
affecting.
it can cast prayer that it's got a high will.
She starts casting this illusion, and it pays no mind whatsoever to the immense reaper that materializes in the air, flying at it with a horrific serrated scythe. She says, "Okay, Lem, no mind affecting."
Oh.
Well, that's fun.
Okay, I'll make dinner or something more useful than
And
anything.
Fea is also going to 5-foot step here and have the dancing lights. They can move, I think, 20 feet.
She's not gonna do a full move, just 5 foot.
She needs to use her move action to move the dancing lights.
Oh.
There. A little more light for everybody.
That's very nice. Thank you.
Who needs light?
Lem, it is your turn.
Lem needs light.
Okay. Oh gosh. This is so terrible. I can do literally nothing helpful at all.
Not what we want to hear right now, Lem.
Mud ball. I don't know.
Okay, got it. Okay, mud ball. Boom.
Take this. Take some mud.
Okay,
Mud out of
there's
water
no
monster?
spell resistance on that. There is a ranged touch attack, so try to hit her touch.
She might
She's
not like
huge
mud.
though, so she's gargantuan.
So I imagine Len
Also, is she in range?
latches onto the
What,
first thing.
25 plus 5 feet per 2 levels? Yes.
Yeah.
Is that with a wand?
Yeah, she's within range.
Latches onto the first thing that he hears, which is mud ball from Kyra. So that's what we're running with.
No, mind
That's a good
affecting, what do
point.
we have?
It's a wand, isn't it?
It is a wand.
So whatever the caster level of the wand is the extra feet you can add.
Yeah, you might need to go towards the edge of the cliff to cast that then.
What was? Did you write down what the spell level of the wand was?
Cast
Okay.
roll.
I am
Whatever.
going to use. Oh, I can't do both things. I hate Pathfinder. The movement rolls are dumb. Sorry, it's the one thing I hate. It really is.
They make so much sense though.
You should be able to break up movement. You can walk, do a thing, and walk back. That's a thing real people do.
No, it's not. You're lying.
What do you mean? I can't walk and do anything at this stage.
Speaking as
tried
someone
all.
who often tried when LARPing to like run forward, hit people, and then run it back out of range, it's not as
hard.
easy as it sounds.
Hard to do.
I don't even
imagine-
think I can get to it. I
Yeah,
guess
you
if I
can.
got-
25. Yeah, you're good.
Okay, plus the 5. Okay, so that should do.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, I will do that. I will cast Mud Ball at it. You want me to make a ranged touch attack, don't you?
I do.
Which is just really a ranged attack.
20 hits it.
Okay.
So a little blob of mud launches from the end of Lem's wand, flying through the air and splatters across her face.
He's gonna notice me, and I hate that.
And she kind of turns, the mud just dripping off of her, now looking to you.
I'm gonna.
And she lets out another shrill Ridley-esque screech. Oh yeah, like a xenomorph. That's kind of the sound I imagine coming from her.
Great.
Do we understand the screech?
I'm gonna
Like, is
point
this
at
still part of
Togbad.
the?
Mm-mm.
I'm pointing at
bad.
He just kind of looks down at you, at her, like not understanding, like.
Togbad. Hold up your hand like you were holding a wand. Thank you. Just
Don't
hold
get
that
this
pose,
poor
buddy.
guy killed.
All right, go ahead and make a bluff check for me, Lem. I'm just kind of curious.
All
He
right.
like looks at you and is
What's her
like,
sense motive look like?
Mm-mm. She's gonna eat you first now.
Okay, that tracks.
Oh shit! Just kidding.
You don't get the impression she's buying it, and worse, you don't get the impression that she's blinded.
Oh. It didn't work, Kyra. So
Like if we-
Togbad's gonna have to try harder.
Olak, it is your turn.
Am I in range of it? Or
Yeah, I mean, she's under you.
how close?
Well, her head is like right up by you, while her body goes all the way down to the water.
Alright, well, let's see if this works. With fervor, I'm
Punch her in the face.
casting Shield of Darkness with my swift action.
Okay. Reducing the illumination level in your space to magical darkness and granting you total concealment. Okay. Your opponents are automatically aware of where you are.
Wait, is that the right
Okay.
one?
Creatures that can see in magical darkness ignore this effect. Okay.
Okay, I'm really hoping you can't see through magical darkness. And with my normal action, I am casting Gorum's armor, and it will be extended.
Okay.
So I get armor spikes.
So, burning red-hot iron slag sort of begins melting off of Olak's armor and then solidifying into sharp razor spikes.
Now,
Better. Yeah, there we go. That
with my move action, I don't know. You know what? Oh shoot! It has tentacles.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be it.
Yeah.
No, I can't move. I'm gonna take a 5-foot step down. Words.
A 5-foot step, you say?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Yep.
After Olak, so you move down her neck a little bit. So now her head is above you. Kyra.
Okay.
Or
Hey, you can fly
I can
Linda,
fly.
right out of here.
Lem Defor.
There you go. Okay, I'm gonna.
Cast Death Ward.
No, I, recognizing the spell that she cast, am also gonna cast prayer
Oh,
to counter
shit.
her prayer.
Okay.
So there you go. That's what I'm gonna do. Sorry, Lem. I will.
So just the two prayers are negated.
Yeah, they are basically. So I just hold my holy symbol and I hold it up. I'm like, yeah.
All right.
Take
For a
that.
moment, there's this little bit of sunlight against the overwhelming darkness of the cavern. Then suddenly the light begins to spread out like a growing bubble or shield through the dark until you can literally see the manifestations of light and dark meeting in between Kyra and this creature. And there's just like smoke sort of in that thin crossover.
If I would have needed to take a 5-foot step to get her in that 40-foot radius, I would have. I don't know if I needed to do that or not.
No, she was only 35
You
feet
good?
from you,
Oh,
I think.
okay. Well, cool.
Yeah.
I'll do it anyways.
Just moving up to the edge of the cliff? Sure, why not? Why not?
No, I don't like it, but yes.
Or you could.
That's
I
fine.
wanted to. I'll step in front of Lem because I feel like I couldn't cast a spell on him this turn, so I will just body block him.
Okay, Togbad is gonna grab a big ol' rock and chuck it at her
Job talk bad.
as he does.
2 rounds.
Okay.
Receiving neither plus nor -1.
But it does have that.
Oh, right. +5.
Damn. Things be
Um,
popping.
Well, 13, unfortunately, is not going to hit her. He throws the boulder, and she just... honestly, she doesn't even move. It just kind of goes past her and crashes into the water.
Oh, you guys have been forgetting to pick your fervor buffs. Every
Right,
round.
fervor. Can you make like a macro that you can every now and again throw that in the chat so we don't lose what the possible options are?
I can modify the one that I made for Len there actually, because I just copied it a while back.
Here.
Okay, I guess in this case,
I'll copy the text for you, Len.
he's going to take 1 extra attack and throw another boulder. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so he grabs another boulder and throws it.
Oh.
Oh man, talk bad.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Has he
buddy?
hit
It's okay.
anything since he joined you guys?
Yes!
I'm not actually convinced
Yeah, he
he's
did
real.
though.
He could just be an
did.
illusion.
He hit
Well,
those,
he put his fake head on his body.
the Death Stalkers?
That's right. Yeah, he did.
Those were the
Sione.
last things he hit.
Would you consider each tentacle a different creature?
No, I would not.
Well, fine. Want to be like that? In that case, Faya, what kind of element is it weak to? Anything?
I don't know. No mind affecting.
Okay, we learned by doing then. So Sayane will cast Fireball.
All right, please make a caster level check.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is this?
All right, so you cast Fireball. Now, good news, it is going to illuminate the area for just 1 second. As soon as I find the spells folder.
Does she have a friend?
Oh,
Roll the 1.
oh I
So
hope
there's
not.
a little kaboom. Everyone
Okay.
got their nice bit of light. Okay, goodbye. It explodes, and she just like, even through the flames, you see her head burst out of the flame, like thrashing about. No
resistant
burn
to
marks.
my flames, Faya.
I would say you'd know it was spell resistance.
I meant
not
it's
fire.
resistant to my magic. Is what I meant. So
Okay, magic resist.
that's what I got. Yep.
That reminds me, Kyra, would you please cast or make a caster level check for prayer? She might be immune to that.
That's the cleric 14.
Yep. Okay, so she was affected by prayer. Just checking.
Okay, good.
All right, so is that it, Sione?
Yep.
Okay. The Mother of Oblivion is up. She's going to swim away from Olak.
She's gonna leave, right?
And for a moment, Kyra, Lem, everyone, you can't see her.
Wait, does that provoke?
Bursts above the cliff. Yes, it does provoke.
Yay!
Hit her.
Kill it in one shot. Do it.
Yeah.
Well, it can't be a power attack, sadly, because I didn't use power attack at all.
No.
But... 38.
38. That's actually going to hit her.
Oh.
+5.
So,
we
26
know.
damage? Is that your total?
Yes.
He also has 1 + 5. So 6 more.
Okay. Well, no, Sonic Boom is separate. We don't add that with weapon damage because that's a elemental. I will get back. I'll get to that in a moment. All right. So what's the total that you do? 31. All right. You hit her for 16 points of damage.
Wait, it resisted?
Uh-huh. And she does take the 1 point of Sonic Boom.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
I have a thing.
But when you strike her, it looks like there is minimal effect. She hardly even notices the blow.
Oh no.
Now that she's here, she's gonna raise that head up, and she's gonna go for Lem with one of the tentacles.
I'm blocking him. I'm
They
doing
are
my
20
best.
feet long. So
I'm doing my best to
tentacle
block
just
him.
kind of reaches around Kyra. Actually,
Like,
no, you know
bye,
what? I just
Kyra.
remembered. It reaches right through Kyra, and you sort of see like glowing vortex where Kyra is,
What?
and behind her as well, as it just reaches right through you. That's
Great.
30 to hit Lem.
Yep, that'll do
Gotta
it.
remember
Lem,
those
she's gonna get ya.
trans-dimensional tentacles. All right. Well, the good news is it's only 10 bludgeoning damage. Now let's do some bad news. Add 4 to whatever I roll. Does that hit your CMD?
Just.
Okay. You are grappled, which means as the tentacle coils around you, Lem,
No, we're not having
you
this.
take 20 more points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my gosh.
And she's going to... I guess that'll technically end your turn. On her next turn is when she gets to move you.
No, we're not having that.
No?
I got
Both you and she gain the grappled condition, though, so make sure you mark the grapple on your token.
No, I'm not going to be grappled long.
We'll see. Oh, we shall see. So wait, you don't have freedom of movement. Right, freedom of movement. Okay.
But I'm going to.
You're going to. Okay. Faya is up.
Save us, Faya.
Run, Faya.
Okay. I
That
try.
wasn't a character.
It's gonna take a 5-foot
No, it
step.
wasn't.
What's she got here? Wait, why would she take a 5-foot step? She doesn't need to. No, she's gonna stay back here. That's fine. 25 feet for the win. Well, no more Phantasmal Killer. That's not gonna work. That's touch. That's not gonna work. Okay, this might work. Yeah, this'll work. She's gonna try to Siphon Might.
Oh, that'd be good
If it hits,
if it works.
She begins
Come on.
forming magic into one hand and then pulls it forward and like she's gripping something around the throat. The subject gets a wait. There's no spell resistance on that?
if it doesn't say.
No spell resistance on Siphon Might. Right on, Faya. Okay, it gets a Fortitude save.
Plus a million.
It does have spell resistance, sir.
It does, so she just put it in. Let me update her spell real quick. Thank
Siphon
you.
Might?
The
Siphon Might?
only spell I can think of is Eroding Ray. Offhand, because I have
There's plenty of spells that don't.
Well,
but-
we need
I
some
have
more of
some
those.
that don't. Yeah, but they don't do.
Damage? Ability?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say this seems like it would. Okay, she did beat its spell resistance.
Oh, okay. 26 beats spell resistance.
35 is gonna make its Fortitude save, so it takes half. It takes 4 strength damage.
Nice.
Um,
Out of its like 50
this penalty
strength.
does not stack with itself,
Mm. Would you just take the higher?
and she can grant any creature adjacent to her. She's not moving adjacent to anyone. Sorry.
Oh.
She's
That's
gonna.
good for
I guess
Olaf.
she's gonna hold that.
Can't she give it to her? Yeah.
All right, so Mother of Oblivion, strength drops by 4. Yow.
Wow.
That 37. Got it.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
And also, what did you say? Trans-dimensional tentacles?
Yes, that is correct. That would
He
be the
did mention that,
trans-dimensional
yeah.
tentacles.
Oh
Lem,
my
that makes it your turn.
God. There's a
Okay.
tentacle through me?
Not any. Well, yeah, I guess yes.
Lem is not a happy bard, not a happy bard at all. So,
Just be aware that in
Lem-
order to cast a spell, you do still have to make a concentration check while grappled.
how hard is it going to be?
You know, I don't actually. It's probably not great with her. Let me pull open my handy dandy grappling notes for Pathfinder. Defender's turn.
Notes.
On the defender's turn, the defender may attempt to become the controlling grappler as a standard action, attempt to break free as a standard action, which will give you your full turn, or attempt any action that doesn't require two hands.
Okay. So I can't cast a spell. Is that
So
what
if
you're telling me?
no, that is casting. If you attempt to cast a spell without somatic components, so it can't have somatic components.
Oh,
I
however,
think freedom of
if it
movement
is
has
below
somatic.
level 2, you can make it a still spell, so...
Right, that's right. If it's a first or... Wait, below level 2 or up to level 2?
Up to level 2, sorry.
So if it's a first or second level spell, you can do it still spell, which means no
Well-
somatic.
Okay, so if I need somatic components, I can't do it.
Correct. And if you need material components, they have to already be in your hand.
Okay, well, I am going to first alter my performance. And I'm going to change it to Symphony of the Elysium Heart.
Okay.
And that should free me from its nasty tentacle.
And is that the one we talked about that has no...
It's one action, it's one bardic performance worth, so I don't have to tune up to it. I just lose my other one.
Can move and attack normally for the duration, even if under the influence of magic that impedes movement. Except that this masterpiece does not allow subjects to move and attack normally while underwater. All right, I gotta check this because it's not magic. Quick Google search: Pathfinder.
Symphony of the Elysium Heart.
I'm pretty sure you can just search up Symphony of the Elysium Heart. That's a very unique...
Okay, I have
Choice.
bad news for everyone. According to official rules, freedom of movement in general does not work on a standard grappled condition. Only magical grapple.
What?
Really?
Meaning, none of you are immune to grapple. You are only immune to spells like Hold Person or spells like Ice
No,
Tomb.
it says
According to official Pathfinder rules,
all
it's-
combat maneuver checks made to grapple the target automatically fail. That's in the spell's description.
That's weird.
Are you sure
So-
that's
This
on...
might be 3.5.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me double check.
Yeah.
I mean, I can drop the spell again.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Freedom of movement does not make your character immune to the grappled condition, meaning that if you initiated the grapple, you still gain the grappled condition. However, all combat maneuver checks made against you will
Yeah,
fail.
so if someone tries to grapple you, they can't. But you
You
can
can
grapple
grapple
other people when you have freedom
Right.
of movement on you.
You can't be grappled in turn because you have to make a CMD check.
Right. So, real quick, the other thing, can someone hit freedom of movement? I need to check, does it remove if you're already grappled when you cast it?
Pretty sure it does.
It does. I think,
Automatically
but
succeeds on any maneuver checks.
any combat, yeah.
and
to
escape artist checks, so yeah.
The problem is you
So-
can't cast it because it's a somatic component.
Right, but then
and
he
it's
has
a level 4 spell.
he has Symphony of the Elysium Heart, which functions as it. So here's for the most part you're good. It will guarantee you can escape, but you do still have to use a standard action to escape the grapple. It doesn't auto free you. It just means you automatically succeed when you try to free yourself. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot
Okay,
of sense.
so I've used my standard.
Agreed.
That's what you're telling me.
Yes. So what was it to change your to Symphony of the Elysium Heart? That was Swift?
Yes, that is Swift.
Okay. So you're still good. Yeah, you can escape.
Okay, well then I will.
Lem just dances his way right out of this giant octopus tentacle. Though, that is still going to provoke an attack of opportunity, just so are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Okay. She lets out a shriek of fury and is going to try to bite you, though her strength has been reduced by Feya.
Has that been reduced enough?
Piercing energy drain?
Okay, I'll eat it.
Okay,
I don't know.
so that's going to be 22 damage, and then the energy drain. Saps living target. Let's see. Each successful energy drain bestows one. So you have one negative level.
What does that do?
A negative level.
It's a condition you put on the character sheet, but it's not a literal loss of level like it used to be in first edition. but it'll be like -5 max and current hit points, minus some penalty to pretty much all of your stats. It sort of simulates like you lost your level. In 24 hours, and you might want to make a note of this somewhere, in 24 hours, you get a fortitude save. If you succeed, it's gone. If you fail, it's permanent.
Does like remove like lesser restoration fix it or something
No,
like
you
that?
need a
Greater,
bigger
I
one.
believe, will fix
Yeah.
it. Greater restoration will fix it.
All right.
So it can be fixed, but it's going to be expensive, is all. But the fortitude save obviously is free.
Okay, I have a scroll of greater restoration. Don't even worry about it.
My fortitude save is boss at +10. Don't even worry about it.
I mean, keep in mind, greater restoration will fix it even if it becomes permanent. So you can make the fortitude save to try to save against it, and then, you know.
With +10, it's already fixed.
Okay, so she does bite you as you're fleeing, and she's trying to get you in her mouth, but you, again, just dance right between her teeth, out into those columns, and...
Did she tear my dress?
Absolutely.
Bad.
Oh, no.
Bitch.
Oh, it's on.
Okay. That's it for Lem's turn. Olak.
You know what? This feels like I need to buff a bit more.
Yeah?
With my standard action, I will call upon the Blessings of Gorum for Battle Lust. And I'm going to give myself a +4 insight bonus on attack rolls to confirm critical hits, and all my attacks have the vicious property.
Okay. So more and more of Olak is just continuing to glow red hot until the whole damn beast himself is just one giant piece of, like, forging iron.
With my move action, I'm going to give myself critical focus. So another +4 to my confirmation of critical rolling.
Wow.
Okay.
And
more buffs.
yes, more buffs.
Okay.
And last buff. So one more. One
Jesus
more.
Christ.
One more. I will use the fervor to cast. Wait, I already did that. Shield of Fortification on myself. And I will take a 5-foot step to upwards again, so I'm on level with the cliff.
Can you do that? I think it has to be diagonal
Does?
with airwolf,
Okay.
doesn't it? You can go diagonally upwards.
Can I? Oh, well, I'll just, again, 5-foot step towards her again.
Okay. Okay. Righty then. In that case, it is Kyra's turn.
Okay, is she like level with me? Like I can.
She's towering over the cliff right now. Yeah, her head is
but
like.
I can hit her.
Yes, absolutely, and you're like getting this foul stench of like fish, rotting fish, and something.
You can fly
alien.
up if you want to hit her in the face.
Just keeping in mind that flight still provokes attacks of opportunity. Unless she doesn't have combat reflexes.
I bet she does. Fucking bitch.
I'm going to use my Dawnfire Scimitar to make a full attack and do the so I'll use the scimitar in one hand and I will project a 15-foot cone of flame with my other hand.
Oh shit!
Towards her. So,
okay. Do I have a Burning Hands spell token?
The downside is my attacks with a scimitar at a -2 penalty if I use the cone of flame or whatever.
But you can either pick one of the two bonuses, either another extra attack or a +2 to all your.
True. That's true.
So like that.
Yes.
Which
okay,
one will you pick?
I'm trying to find the fervor thing. I will pick as my extra little blessing of fervor. I'll do gain a +2 bonus on attack rolls and +2 dodge to AC and reflex because that will negate my -2 penalty for this scimitar by using the fire.
Sure. Yeah. So, all right.
Okay, I'm full attacking.
All right, so Kyra moves in
I don't know how
as
this works.
she slices with the scimitar. It bursts into
Do I hit? Do I
flames.
hit?
1, 2, 34 is going to hit
Oh,
for 0 damage.
fuck. Okay, well, the fire deals 3d4 points of fire damage, so I'll roll that, and we'll
So
see
as
if it
she's
does anything.
slashing a second time across the neck, again, there's no blood. It doesn't break skin. With a final third chop straight down, flames blast from the sword straight onto the creature. Does it get a reflex save or anything?
It doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity.
Shit.
Undead takes an extra 3 points of damage.
Okay. Well,
That's
in
it.
this case, she takes 8 points of fire damage.
Fireworks! Okay. And that is my entire action. So, yeah. I have +2 to my AC for this round, right? Because of the Blessing of Fervor. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I will remember that.
All right. She didn't like that. She lets out a piercing shriek. Togbed, shut up! It's gonna grab his magic weapon and hit her as hard as he knows how. He's gonna give himself +2.
Not.
Okay, go.
So this should be +7. 29 does not hit.
No!
Really? Wow.
But 30, what was mine? 34 hit.
34 hit.
Okay.
So you know it's gonna be between 30 and 34.
What if it's 30, y'all?
Let's lowball it. It's 30.
Can we do Chat's Blessing to
So-
make him hit?
You
Let's
can't
do it.
give
Fuck
him
that.
Chat's Blessing. On
We
yourself,
can't give
you can.
him Chat's Blessing?
Right. Yep.
Okay.
Buddy, Tim.
Well, actually, wait a minute. Chat's Blessing, the rule is you can give my rolls +1 or -1. If you want, you can give Togbad +1.
Do you guys want to do +1 and see if it works?
I do. I vote yes. Togbad deserves it.
What do you think?
He's about to
Ashley.
get
Do it. Let the fear
Alright.
go through.
30 hits.
Ooh.
The creature, so Togbad has +5 to his damage, I believe. So 22, it takes
Actually-
7 points of damage,
Oh,
plus
God.
another
And
4.
dies immediately.
And
So
yes.
11 damage as Togbad strikes the creature. It slowly turns its head to look at him.
Oh, did you
eyes
do
narrowed.
the Sonic for mine one?
Oh, I didn't, and I should have, because
Right.
it's a bardic
I did
performance.
hit one.
Even though you did no damage, the sonic boom still happens.
Whatever.
Yeah. As long, all you have to do is hit. It doesn't have to do damage.
Yeah. Now I did 9 damage to it my turn.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely true. Okay.
Great.
That's it for Togbad. And as it looks at him, he sort of unwillingly takes a 5-foot step back. Sione, it is your turn.
Light it up.
Sione is gonna fly. How tall is the ceiling?
Out of like high enough that it's not going to be a factor in this encounter.
I go 60 feet up.
Okay, above it.
55 feet up.
Okay.
I don't remember how to calculate the fucking diagonal.
It's fine. It's fine. We don't need to get into that right now.
And I'm
Well,
gonna
it involves
cast
math.
and do it so I don't hit Kyra. Prismatic spray.
Do I don't have
What?
okay.
One of these beams surely will affect it.
Give me a
Oh
second.
my
'Cause I'm pretty
gosh.
sure I've got rainbow cones. I just need to find it.
I didn't know you could cast that. That's so cool.
That's my new spell.
Lightning cone.
You got
Give me a
really
sec.
pretty
Give me a
one?
sec. There's a sound cone, music cone, web cone,
No, rainbows.
sparkle
It
cone.
does not have the info.
Sparkle
so
cone.
there's that.
Yeah, we're gonna need to open it on.
I have it open.
Okay.
It's in there. It's in there.
Great, great. We have another sparkle cone.
I need a red
I
one,
can
an orange
do
one, a yellow one, a
red
green one, a blue
sparkle
one, indigo,
cone.
a violet.
Purple sparkles.
Well, maybe
there we
we
go.
should-
I got it. I found
Maybe
it.
we should see if I actually hit it because
What's-
it is
What's the
spell
range?
resistant.
What size cone?
60.
I just want to make sure I have this. Oops. So that's 25.
I assume this has spell resistance.
30.
Yes.
See, I can do prismatic sphere, but not for a couple spell levels.
Okay.
It does say spell resistance.
But you're aiming this down, even if you weren't aiming it downward. Well, I guess technically it would. Yeah. You can absolutely hit it and not Kyra or Olak.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hang on to the token though.
I remember being hit by this. It's not fun.
Yeah, it's great, especially when you're hitting only one target.
Let's do the spell thing.
Yep, spell resistance. Oof. Okay,
33.
yep, that's gonna affect it.
Okay. So you get hit, or hold on. For
It's
each
a lot.
target,
All sorts of things.
roll a d8.
So you get the D8.
It sucks. It's only one target, but whatever.
No, it's great when it's one target. That means all of them hit it.
Oh,
Yeah.
are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. It has to go through all of them.
Remember when Olak ate all of them?
Ash
Right.
was,
No,
was
from the
AFK when that
ghost.
happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it
So
says for
5.
each target, roll a D8 to determine which, and it's 8 rays.
Yeah.
Each
so
ray is a
if
different
you
color. So
hit-
yeah, all 8 rays or
Hell
all
yeah,
however
see
many
what I
rays
mean.
hit it.
okay. So what do you need me to do then?
Just go
Roll a
in
to
which
make
D8
order.
8 times.
Okay.
So let's just do these one at a
She
time.
rolled a
to
5.
increase suspense.
5.
So 5.
Blue.
The target takes 10d6 cold damage on a failed save. What's the save?
It says right up
It-
there.
Yeah, I can't be scrolling in chat back and forth. You need
I
to
don't
know.
know. It doesn't say.
DC-23.
Fortitude, reflex.
Oh, DC 23.
It doesn't say
It doesn't
what.
say, bro.
Oh, dexterity. Dexterity saving throw. Reflex.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know why it doesn't say. Reflex. Wait.
Yeah.
16, it
reflex.
fails.
That's
So
a
what's your cold
fail.
damage?
What's the total? Let's see.
10d6.
10d6.
Mhm.
Are you sure we're doing this right?
Positive.
Yeah.
Okay. Here you go.
Olak took one of these
Yeah.
like 2 games ago.
One, 2 games
35.
ago
All right, she takes
here.
15 cold damage.
Ooh, resistant.
Okay.
Okay. Resistant to cold. Make
Okay,
a
good
note.
to know. Good to know. Good to know.
Here's the next d8. It's a 6.
6 on a failed save target is restrained. You must
Oh,
make it.
feeling
What the hell's a Constitution saving throw?
At the end of
This
his turn.
seems like
Right.
this
This is
isn't
the-
right.
I copy pasted it.
That doesn't seem right. There's no such thing as a Constitution saving throw. Yeah,
you go.
that's the wrong table.
Oh.
That's 5th
Okay.
edition.
6 is still
Yeah,
6
5
is still indigo.
5 is
flesh
blue
to
and was
stone.
flesh to stone. So I'm getting
that
back the
affect
5
her?
or the 15 cold damage.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
got
think you
cosmetic
copied
spray
5th
happy.
edition.
I did.
yeah.
There's the link for the right spell.
That's because I used roll 20. Shame on me for doing that.
So
Oh.
first of all, is flesh to stone that you've cast on it.
Does that work?
No, it's immune.
Aww.
Okay. So the 6 is insane.
6 is insane as the insanity spell, which I believe is mind affecting.
Aww.
Will negates.
Yep,
Yeah.
mind affecting, immune.
God damn it.
So immune
Okay.
to blue and indigo.
Hey, but we still know it's resistant to cold, even though that was an accident.
Hey, yeah, we'll take that knowledge. Here's the next one. 6
Immune.
again.
Immune again. Okay,
Here's
the
come
next
on,
one.
come on.
8.
8.
Hey, double!
Alright. 2 rays.
So roll 2.
Roll again. Yes.
2 6s.
I'm so excited. I love this.
2.
A 2.
2. That's going to
Orange.
be acid damage.
Reflex.
I'm going to use the reflex save, the 16, which she failed. I'm going to use... Oh, it's just 40 points.
Yeah, it's just 40
So
points of
she
damage.
takes 10 points of acid damage.
Okay,
Ooh.
acid resist.
That's
Nope, not
resist.
10. I'm sorry.
20?
20.
Okay. I was like, what else?
So,
Okay.
Okay.
And that was your. You have to roll another one.
Another
for
one.
number
A 1.
8.
1.
Fire.
20 points
That's
fire.
20 points of fire damage.
Please don't be resistant. Oh wait, no, she wasn't. She took the full fire damage.
She failed, so she takes 20 points of fire damage.
Fire.
Yay!
Okay,
3 more.
So
Or 4 more.
Yeah, 4 more.
6.
Immune.
3.
80 points of electricity damage. That's a nasty one. She made the save.
She's made the save.
So you
She
take
takes
half.
40 points of electricity damage.
Electricity.
Oh.
Electricity. Yes. Yes.
We're
Oh,
learning
her
some
aura's
stuff.
starting to change colors.
7.
Sent to another plane. Will negate.
Hi.
27.
Oh,
What's the
man,
DC?
could have saved me a banishment spell.
It's DC 23.
It is, yeah.
Just saying.
Do you want it gone? I got hero points.
One chat's blessing and one hero point, and she's gone. Unless
No,
she's immune.
that's no fun.
Nah.
Let's keep going.
Let's do
Oh, you
it.
wanna kill it?
Yeah.
8. Oh my god, 2 more.
Two more. Yes,
Die,
that's
bitch.
amazing.
4.
4. That's
Poison?
poison. She's gotta be. She's gotta be, surely.
I don't know. She immune?
Not 20.
Oh, that was a
Aw.
nat
As far as you're
20.
concerned, yes.
Damn.
Damn.
Okay, roll.
But that's
roll
just
one
the
more,
initial
one more.
effect. What that means is she does not die. She still has to continue making fortitude saves
For how many?
for 6 rounds.
5.
5 immune.
Flush
And I
is
believe you have
doing.
one last. This is number 8 now.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
I
Yeah.
got confused, man.
I
That's a
just
lot.
heard
All
so
these
many.
8s.
3.
3. Fuck.
Yay!
Okay, that's gonna be electricity. That's gonna be 80 points of electricity damage.
Die, bitch.
Sione.
Sione hit her with. Look
Oh,
at that
wow.
aura on her.
I can't see the prismatic is covering it.
Well, the
Oh,
prismatic
I can
is.
see it. I can
let me-
see it. I can see it.
How's that?
Oh my gosh, Sione gets the hero point for this session. I don't care what
Okay.
else.
Lightning and fire damage.
And sound.
You mean Sonic?
Yeah, and Sonic. Yeah.
Yeah. Sione lets out with both hands a cone of pure prismatic rainbow energy that strikes it, and like time seems to slow. You just see the creature letting out a shriek, and it's like a stuttering computer. The shriek is broken up periodically as all this energy blasts over. You can see lightning crackling, fire, ice, acid, gases, just energy of every type. And then the energy is gone, and the creature like is woozy and falls sideways into the water. And you can see like it's shaking itself trying to get up, but it felt that.
I'm not done.
You're not done.
No.
She's gonna quicken.
I'll cast it again.
I'm gonna quicken spell.
She is.
A fireball.
Uh-huh. Are you doing anything to the fireball, or is it a regular fireball?
I'll use my rod.
Well, you can do the blessing of fervor to.
What's that gonna do for me?
Oh, I don't know. That can't you choose
Enlarge,
to
extend.
enlarge or?
It's a third
Yeah.
level.
Third
spell.
level.
I don't know what that means.
It's
Fireball's
not gonna,
third level. It has to be
Yeah,
second.
it's not gonna help
Oh, okay. Oh, right.
in this case. Shit, dude.
That hits Olak a little bit.
He'll do it.
I use my
Oh, no, it
rod
doesn't.
to just.
Well, yeah, she can target
not
like
hit
at the
him.
surface
Yeah.
of the water. It'll be below Olak.
Oh,
So,
right.
yeah.
I forgot he's flying.
It's just a regular fireball.
He's
So regular fireball. Okay.
Oh wait, spell resistance. Sorry.
You beat its spell resistance.
29 fire damage.
29 fire damage. Got it.
Oh my god.
Sione's just blasted.
And then I started
How you
flying.
Look
Look
at
at-
that aura.
Fucking bitch.
There's a kaboom that echoes through the cavern. For just a moment, like, you can see the vastness of this underground lake. And now it's her turn.
I was
Oh,
trying to kill her before it was her turn, but
well,
alas.
you're 60 feet above her, no?
I am pretty
At
high
least.
up there. Now she's gonna blast me.
She's gonna dive
Oh, I thought she was just gonna die.
underwater.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
No, well, technically, yes. Yes, you do.
This is gonna do so much damage, y'all. Don't even worry.
And technically, so does Togbad. 23 is not going to hit her.
25 on the
20, or actually, no, plus
Oh,
5.
28.
28 is not going to hit her. But you know
No,
it's 30.
hits. Yeah, that's okay. No worries. That
Togbad,
wouldn't be.
come on, boyo. Nope, not even close.
Damn, talk bad.
Yeah, so she's going to dive under the water, disappearing below the surface.
Okay.
And then
Oh no.
Can I see where she is?
no, it's dark down there. However,
I have goggles of night vision.
Kyra, I need you to make a will save for me.
Okay. Okay. Oh.
Got it. The DC is an input here, so I actually have to look her up.
You didn't
That's
roll
on the-
great.
That's the low end of my will saves. I'm not gonna lie.
Have you used your moment of greatness since the last time?
I think
Because
I
it doesn't
did.
go away.
Well,
Okay, you
it
resist.
doesn't? Oh, okay.
You feel a voice in your mind. Jump in, heal me, fix that. Do what you've
Fix
done.
this, boo-boo.
Fix this. And like at first you feel yourself starting to walk toward the edge and you're like, no, absolutely not. And like you resist and fight it off. That dominate person spell.
Dominate the cleric. That's a good move.
Okay. She remains hidden at present. Faya.
Can I yell out, Feya, drop one of those ball lights down there?
Okay, Faya's
go
going to move
underwater?
to the cliff here so she can see. This is going to move 20 feet down. You can see her, but she has total concealment.
Okay.
She's just beneath the surface of the water. And you can see those glowing, evil red eyes just staring up out of the water at Kyra. Okay. Actually, wait, no, Faya, she moved, and then she used her move to move the lights, so that's all she can actually do.
Yeah, I would 5-foot step back from the.
She can't.
No.
Lem. I'm just going to be moving her lights a little too.
Okay. I am going to use my swift action to switch back to Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Wall of Sound through that plane of water there.
Oh, boy. Okay, make your caster level check.
A caster level check. So I click the Bard 14 thing.
Yep, exactly.
And I'm going to spend a hero point to add 8 to it.
Oh, look at you. I think I actually have a wall of music notes.
Oh, nice.
What did you... Oh,
He
damn.
rolled a 32.
Yeah, okay,
so.
yeah, you didn't even need that. Okay.
I spent it fair and square.
No, that's good. I'd rather have you guys spend them, you know? That way they're getting used. And I meant that positively, not like, yeah, spend your resources. I meant that positively, in good faith.
Sure.
A wall of sound suddenly... You guys hear... It sounds like somebody just jammed on a cathedral pipe organ under the water. You just hear sound erupting from the water. She's getting it full in the face.
Good.
Any other... Let's see. Deals 2d4 points of sonic damage.
As there, she takes 21.
Each creature takes damage as if passing through the wall. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so she just takes 21 sonic damage. There's no save.
Yes. Good.
As you hear...
There is spell resistance,
Well,
which
she
you
already
succeed. Yeah.
Yep. As you hear this discordant pipe organ just burst from the water, the sound, is it okay if I take the liberty of assuming that it is like the funeral march on a cathedral pipe organ, considering...
Ah!
And amidst all the water bursting from the surface is sprays of foul-smelling black blood.
Oh my god.
And a few moments later,
And in
the
the
creature's body
background,
floats to the surface.
imagine Lem conducting the sound, and his hands come up in a big orchestral.
You're like the Disney
Can I
World
destroy a
music
pillar
composer.
or two?
Oh.
technically those are already destroyed. If that makes you feel any better.
Can I make them
But that's
extra
gonna end
destroyed?
initiative.
Cause I feel really angry.
Kyra
Leona's
just
gonna
like sits
Oh no,
down.
Olak.
and start hacking its tentacle.
Super buffed.
Ah!
Leonie will
Olak, just go
float
hack
down.
up the body.
I'm gonna start hacking at tentacles, cursing about my dress.
Wait, it might have heart. Bring heart, Olak, if you can get heart.
There you go. Like you can use your rage to get to its heart.
You
Kyra's
get the
just
heart.
sitting down at the edge of the cliff, like, okay.
Well done, guys. You just killed the mother of Oblivion.
The prismatic spray really pushed it over for us. I did not think that was gonna go well at all.
Prismatic Spray as a single target spell is a death wish.
Sione.
For real. MVP.
Is Sione just like 60 feet up near the cavern, Sione giving like a thumbs up as she descends into the light?
Yeah. Now,
All
next
right.
time I ask you to do something, do it.
Hear that, Olak?
I think that was meant for you.
Sorry, I'm just saving the Prismatic Spray spell token for future use.
Can't
How
believe
much
we got that.
XP was that? How much
Oh,
XP
you
was
guys want your
that?
XP?
I want my XP.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Okay, give me a sec. Let me.
I
want to
see what the Mother of Oblivion is worth.
Now, keep in
wanna-
mind, Black Maga was an advanced Mother of Oblivion, so it would have been one CR higher than this.
Oh,
The one that Valeros and such
I
fought.
recalled that her being bigger, but
No, she was gargantuan, just a smaller map, honestly.
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, this
Oh,
map
damn.
is huge.
Oh boy, you're gonna like this.
Level up.
51,000.
Ho, 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 ho.
Shall we be on our way?
Wow. Is there? I mean, how far does it go? Your fireball illuminated.
I
way
can
out there,
dimension door us back over there, which was the original plan.
But... Oh, so it
Or-
was her that was stopping.
She reached out. She stopped us from teleporting. I
Yeah,
believe.
how about you flying people look around for its lair? I bet she's got treasure.
What if it's
He's
underwater?
Around for his dress.
I can look around, I guess.
As you're
Sayonara.
saying this,
I'll also fly around.
Faya is gonna sit cross-legged on the edge of the cliff and start opening one of those books that gives bonuses on knowledge checks, and she's gonna start looking for what this creature is.
I'll just float around, check stuff out.
I'll go with Sione. I'll be
Okay.
flying around.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
well you got the light source then. So yeah, you two
I have
can.
dark vision. but
Well,
yeah.
in the meantime, I will cast extended air bubble on myself.
Just a note, Alvin, you may want to have the screen follow their tokens
Oh wait.
around the chamber.
Oh, there's a little thingy.
Yeah, there's
So
little
okay,
thing.
as you move over into view of
A thingy.
what?
This little.
A little
nipple
dongle.
Oh,
here.
Oh look, a little dongle.
There's a little dongle nipple here.
There is, yes.
Is there anything in there?
No, it's just like a. It looks
Little
like
nipple?
yeah.
Okay, well, I just moved all the way over here.
Ooh, what's
So
this?
as you move here,
Oh, what is that? I
you
see
okay,
that.
so freeze right there because you
Okay,
see something. As you move over here, you see a barren, rocky isle rising barely above the level of the water. Something has cleared the island of all rocks and other bits of debris. Every stalagmite has been broken off at the root, and the remaining rubble has been placed deliberately across the isle in strangely complex and unsettling coiling patterns.
Interesting.
Arcane sight? Does that show magic?
Well, yes.
Okay, I would like to make a check.
However,
No.
Oh no.
I go
Oh,
the other way.
no.
Say
Roll
it.
initiative.
Those of you back on the cliff.
Another one comes out of the water. My mate! You killed my mate!
The summoning.
Well, those of you back on the. Oh, you can actually see the strange patterns on the rock if you really zoom in.
Yeah, that's what I was like. It's gotta
That's
be
upsetting.
magical.
Trying to move my little thingy.
As you guys are on the cliff's edge, you can see like the distant light of Kyra's sword, and then suddenly you see that entire side of the cavern lit up as by a thunderstorm as one after another bolts of lightning flash, striking all the way up to the cavern's ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 6 lightning bolts, one after another. I'm going to have each of you two make 3 reflex saves, please.
Good thing I'm with the healer.
I got you.
3 reflex. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, God.
Well, none of those are good.
Well, good news. One of them made the save.
Oh, good.
Good news. 2 of Kyra's. So Kyra. Okay. Let's do this.
You know what? I'm going to
15?
use Chat's Blessing to mean that 15 to 17.
You don't waste your.
No.
It's not good. 17 will
are
not
the ones
save.
of mine that made it.
I misread it. I'll just die then.
So Sione, you take 22
Yes, I'll
electricity
die.
damage from the first one.
22.
Yep. Sione,
Hello.
you take 11 from the second.
Okay.
Sione, you take 24 from the third.
Okay, so that's
Kyra. Yeah?
Are you unconscious?
No, go on. Continue.
Kyra, you're going to take... what was yours? Let's see. You're going to take 19 from the first. $15 from the second. $12 from the third. And you see Sione plummet into the dark waters below. Fortunately, not over the island, so no fall damage, but she just disappears into the water. And what you see on the ground are 6 large serpentine creatures, but with the heads of hissing humans. They look sort of like this. And as you see Sione plummet beside you, and you're still like smoke coming off of you from all the lightning, we're going to take this opportunity to take a break. Chat, we're going to be back in a few minutes after we get some water, stretch, get that exercise, running the wheel a little bit. I'd encourage you guys to stretch a little bit. Get your own snacks, some water. We'll see you for the second half of tonight's show in just a few minutes. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a good break. Let's get right back into things. So we just had a little bit of drama as Sione was struck by lightning after lightning, as was Kyra, technically.
You missed out on
Sione
that.
plummeted into the water beside a barren, rocky isle, which apparently was occupied by 6 dark, snake-like creatures. I think at this point, we may as well go ahead and do that thing again. I'm going to have you guys roll initiative.
How shocking.
Everyone in this case.
Everyone?
For shame, Alvin.
You could have done it yourself. You could have said the shocking...
I could have, and I didn't.
Well, that's your fault. Somebody had to.
Oh, no.
You saw the opportunity and you went for it. I give you that. All right. What kind of initiative are we talking about? Ooh.
How many minutes or seconds since Sione dropped?
We can fly like...
Literally, it just, like, you guys just saw all the lightning illuminating the cavern, and probably saw Sione dropping just for a second, and then now is initiative. So, Lem, what was your initiative?
28.
28. Sione?
It's literally just been 4 rounds.
28.
Really?
28.14.
Which of you goes first? Well, Lem got the natural 20, so I'm giving it to him.
Oh, how dare you!
Olak, what was your initiative?
18.
Nice. And I see Kyra had a nice, healthy 5.
I don't want
Okay.
to talk about it.
And you don't even have heavy armor.
I just have a 0 bonus to initiative, and I roll bad for initiative naturally. It's just, that's how it's always been.
So, Lem, you have initiative. You just got, well, it's up to you. You would have seen something illuminating the cavern for about 6 seconds, but by the time, like, you, obviously you're still, tucked back by the columns. You might not necessarily have an idea of what's going on yet. What do you do?
I'm gonna turn to Togbad. Not surprised they have underground weather in a place this big. Probably nothing to worry about. And I will continue working on my dress.
I'm just picturing like Lem like sewing quietly to himself, like, okay.
I don't
Sione.
even know where this is. I can't even see it on the map. I don't
Well,
know.
We saw lightning
I'm
strikes.
gonna be pinging to help Alvin keep the map centered where we where it's at. That way it keeps pulling back and forth. If that helps. Is that okay, Alvin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the rest of you, I apologize if it keeps pulling you back and forth. But
That's okay.
Sione,
so the
you
show
awaken as you said.
around. Oh yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say you awaken surrounded by water, your shawl glowing with magic for a moment, and then suddenly you realize you're underwater. Your whole body is in seething, agonizing pain.
I'd still have planner. A fly spell, right?
I don't know if that lasts after you die, or I'm sorry, after you drop unconscious.
Flight.
Yeah, it looks like that maintains even if you lose consciousness, so you can fly still. Though, I would say you're about 10 feet underwater.
Okay.
Fly does not work underwater.
It's almost flush with the surface of the water.
Okay. Can I like shoot up out of the water?
So fly does not give you a swim speed. It's effectively nothing. You have to swim.
What are the rules on swimming?
Well, it's still water, so I believe you can take 10. It's a DC 5 swim check to swim, or to move, but it's at 1/4 speed.
Okay, it's 10 feet though, right?
It is 10 feet, right? So effectively, you'll use 40 feet of movement to get to the surface.
Wow.
You would still have Blessings of Fervor
insane.
active.
Oh yeah.
An extra
Yep.
60
use it
feet.
to give you extra feet.
Oh yeah, okay.
So using your move action and Blessing of Fervor, you could get to the surface of the water, kind of.
And above, right? And then start using my fly.
You would not have much left for going up.
I get an extra 60 feet of movement.
30.
So it'd be 90 altogether. You said I used 40
would be,
to get to the surface.
You'd have 20. I'm sorry. You'd have 20 feet of movement remaining from your move action.
That's fine. I'll go up 20 feet.
Okay. And then you can use your
shoot up
standard.
out of the water, and then I look at these fucks.
Yeah, they're all just looking at you now. Tongues tasting the air. One of them calls out something in a language I'm gonna guess neither of you speak. Do either of you speak Abyssal?
Nope.
Abyssal?
That is a no.
Okay.
Well, they pissed me off, so I'm casting Prismatic Spray on them.
Alrighty then. Let's rotate.
They're like, oh, sorry, we thought you were somebody else. Die.
All right, so there are 6 targets.
Yes.
You have 8 rays. You can split them up however you wish.
Okay. 1 for each of them, and then 2 for the one up front. This one. And this one. The one who was talking gets 2 for sure.
That would be the closest one to you.
Yeah. So
Okay, let's start with that one. So do your first D8.
2. Crap. Did I close the thing?
I closed mine, so.
Here you go.
I didn't do it. 2 is 40 points of acid damage. Reflex half.
Okay. Do they have spell resistance? No. Okay, good. Good. Cool. Great. Awesome. That's how much damage?
40.
Acid?
40 acid.
Okay, that one takes 40 acid damage. Second one for that one. And we're gonna go clockwise.
We're seeing this all light up, right?
Oh yeah, you guys are now seeing rainbow energy over there. Alright, so 10 points of fire.
Yep. Next guy. 6. You're insane.
Well, we'll
Will
save
negates.
for insane. They actually get...
A penalty to their save?
No.
Oh.
Okay, not insane.
Fair enough.
And the second one for that one?
8.
2 more. Forgot how lucky you are.
80 points of electricity. Uh-oh. I think they're...
Okay,
rubbing.
40 points of electricity damage it takes.
Fully?
Yep.
Oh. And then insane. Possibly.
Oh my gosh. This spell, man.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a fail.
That's a fail.
23
Yep.
is the...
Insane.
So, as the insanity spell,
I gotta look up the insanity spell.
it's permanent confusion.
Oh. Okay, so on your turn, you'd roll for that. Okay, next guy. 5.
5.
Flesh to stone. 42 negates. That's a
fail.
fail.
Okay, so this one just turns into rock.
This is fun.
This is really
Okay,
fun.
next.
Do I have a thing for that? I feel like I must.
Oh, sorry.
I have
Next
burning.
Good.
Petrified. There it is. Okay, 1,
Uh,
that's a reflex save or
Yep.
fire, yes?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
so
6.
10 points of fire damage.
Next one. It's 5. Flesh to stone. Fortitude negates.
Statistically, they should be making...
You fail.
Flesh to stone. This
Hey,
is
we have
amazing.
ointment for that.
I
Should
could've
you
fixed
desire?
Electricity damage is the last one.
Uh-oh.
That's a
Okay,
save.
so
Half.
40 electricity damage. Okay, so Sione bursts from the water, and it's sort of like that scene at the end of Atlantis. Like, as she rises from the water, she's just glowing, all of her tattoos shedding radiance, her eyes glowing pitch white. She reaches out a hand and just blasts prismatic energy across these creatures, which suddenly start hissing and screaming and yelling things in Abyssal. That's gonna end Sione's turn.
Can I turn my camera off? Will that fuck it up?
It
This is
shouldn't.
really blurry.
It should be okay if you
I
turn it
can't
off.
fix it. Okay.
So,
Good.
Alvin, you might need to rearrange cams depending on what happened there.
Sorry, so sorry.
What?
No, it's all good.
Nope.
For us,
No, on the stream, it's fine.
everyone's still...
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. Ash must have already been at the bottom. Okay. The creatures are up, whatever
Hey, I
they
didn't
are.
say I was done.
Are you done?
Let me just check something.
Hit him, girl. Hit him.
It's knowledge dungeoneering before you ask.
Okay. I'll do that.
Dungeoneering for what?
22.
If you wanted to identify them.
I do. 22.
So you don't really know all the details of these, but they are definitely some variant of Dark Naga. Dark Nagas covet luxury, wealth, power over others. They're basically snake people. They tend to be very insidious. There was a Dark Naga that you faced in Kermaga.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
They tend to be very arrogant. They don't tend to get along with other Naga very well, but they are also magically inclined, as you've no doubt already gleaned.
I felt it, yeah.
It is their turn. Then.
No,
Oh,
I'm
that
not
one.
done. I'm gonna... Oh, God. I don't want to be here.
Just leave then. You're fine. I can
I
fly.
can't move anymore. I've moved.
Oh,
Mhm.
shit.
So you're done.
No. I'm
Yes.
gonna
Yes.
cast Quicken Spell.
What? No! That's not allowed. What are you casting?
Can they fly?
You don't know.
Do they have wings?
They don't.
Okay.
Look at the picture I shared of them.
Okay. I'm scared. Create pit. I put the ones
Put
that
it
aren't
where it's
stone.
go. Put it wherever you want it.
I want to hit both of them. Can I do that?
That would end up hitting neither
Is
of
this
them.
the confused one?
Oh, I didn't mark the insane one, did I?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, that is. Give me a sec. I think I have a thing for
This
this.
one. This one. Get in the pit. Get in the hole. I'm gonna be fucking lightninged in a second and die.
I got you. Well,
Bring me back to
Fine.
life.
my initiative is 5.
I'm going through my spells, guys. Just
Do
what
I
you
not
want.
have? I thought I had a confused button. Well, all right, I'll just use that.
Do the one with the question mark.
Yeah, that's what I
I
did.
was confused.
Okay. Well, that one is gonna get a reflex save.
Damn it.
All right, the ground opens up, and the naga, before it can be swallowed whole in your pit, slithers forward.
Not to
And-
be confused with my hole.
Yes, they're going to keep the momentum. You know what? I'm not even sorry anymore. Two of them are going to cast. One of them is going to cast lightning bolt targeting Sione.
Which one?
The first one,
This one?
top. Yeah.
Okay, reflex save.
Yep.
You sure it doesn't hit one of my mirror images?
Positive. All right, Sione gets
Ow!
blasted with lightning, and I believe is going to drop once again into
Fall back in
water below.
Worth
Bye.
it! Worth
The
it!
second
she
one.
came back to do prismatic spray and then just dropped
Yeah.
again.
The second one is going to blast Kyra with a lightning bolt.
Okay, reflex save.
Why fix a strategy that's not broke? There we
Are they
go.
just
Yeah,
breathing
don't
out
break it,
lightning
ain't.
bolts?
It ain't broke.
Oh! You only take 11 electricity damage.
Oh, is that
The
all?
third one, oh boy, here we go.
He's crazy. He looks at his friends.
The
and
third
goes,
one,
blah, 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 blah.
hisses violently and then dives at the ground and slams into the ground face first,
Good for you, buddy.
taking. What's their strength?
Doing
Oh,
great,
good,
sweetie.
good. Taking that much damage.
Ow!
8 points of damage.
Doing great, sweetie.
The last one bellows something in Abyssal and is going to cast Lightning Bolt on Kyra.
Wait, what did these guys do?
Best light show.
You know, they don't do much.
Okay.
Oh.
Kyra, you take 26 points of electricity damage,
We're coming, buddy.
Time to go,
We're
time to
coming.
go, time to go, time
says
to go,
Lem
time
as
to go.
he's patiently sewing his dress.
He's talking
Oh,
to
no.
the dress.
Now I see there's something to do, and I also just remembered I have Dimension Door, which is totally my bad.
Oh. I was gonna say, I mean, you can at this point you can probably hear the lightning bolt blast.
Yeah.
There's a lot of it. Like there's a lot more lightning than even Sione can normally
It
make.
probably looks like fireworks over here, honestly.
Yeah,
In the
there's
middle.
something happening. Well, Lem didn't have line of sight earlier.
I just remembered that I can do a thing, though, so... my bad.
You're
and actually,
fine.
these two are going to move away from the crazy one.
We're coming. We're coming.
But why?
Olak, it is your turn.
I will call out to Olak, if I may, as a free action. That if he comes over here, Olak, I'll get us over there. You come to me, and I'll get us over there. It'll be great.
You know what? Heavy armor. Olak's gonna give himself the 60 feet of movement and is just gonna run.
Okay,
What?
talk bad. Don't go anywhere.
Okay.
How long is
Fan,
that?
come on over here.
It's, 80.
Faya hasn't yet looked up from her book. She kind of
Oops.
closes it,
Wait.
irritated.
Running is 3 times movement speed?
4 times.
Wait, I'm heavy armor, so
Yeah, and you also have Blessing of Fervor, I believe.
yeah, so that's 60.
So your speed times 4 plus 30.
You know what? I think I just need to double move. Oh, yeah, I'll double move over here.
Bye.
All right, so Olak just takes off, running into the darkness. Though I believe he can pretty well see what's going on over there.
What in
Wait,
the-
I thought I changed your night vision to be. I did. Oh, it's not working. Oh, because Kyra has a light source. That's why. Okay.
I have a light source.
It's overpowering
makes
it.
I'm a human with no dark vision.
Wait, do
sorry.
I know what these are?
It's knowledge dungeoneering.
Ooh, I can attempt that. one of the few I can attempt. Roll.
Same.
18.
See, that one I
18.
can't do.
You recognize them as some type of naga, but you don't know the specific type.
Dang.
Are they um are they defensive in any way? You know, with
I mean,
armor or
given that turns are simultaneous, as you were running in this direction, you have seen 3 of them casting lightning bolts up into the air at Kyra
you know what?
and Sione.
Just in case, I think I still have a spell prepared. I'm not sure if I used it.
I didn't use it last time, if it's the one I'm thinking.
Oh no, I used it. It's on fire.
Okay.
Nope, never mind.
All right, is that going to end your turn?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Faya is going to close her book, tuck it into her pack, get up from her position, and move over to Lem. And also, come, Daji. And he's going to like leap up into her arms, and she kind of is holding him.
Don't have enough room for Dodgy. I'm sorry.
I'll take Togbad then.
Yeah, Kyra's not here to say that. But I think
not.
Faya will be like, okay, no Daji, I stay.
Okay. No, kidding, Kyra. Kidding. Totally kidding.
Togbad is up. Togbad's like, oh, what do you want?
I want you to stay put and get ready, big man. We're going to the chief.
The chief? Okay.
The
He like gets up, like straightens his little loincloth and his fur.
That's right. Look good for the boss, buddy.
Kyra, we are back to you now.
Oh, finally my turn. I gotta get over there. Okay.
Back.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, since I'm pinging everyone over back and forth, you guys shouldn't actually have to do the movement yourselves. It should pull you.
Yeah, that's super handy. Okay. I'm gonna. I have a question about picking someone up and carrying them? Is
Yeah.
that an action?
No. Well, it would be a move action to pick someone up. Just keep in mind it will go like your encumbrance will be a factor. So Sione, make sure you're looking up what your gear plus your body weight is.
Okay, well, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to move right down next to Sione.
She's just kind of floating on the surface now.
With my head down.
Dragon sitting on her back. Like a
Looking at you.
I'll let Dragon climb up on me if he wants to, but that's up to him. I'm gonna channel energy once.
Oh.
I
Okay.
think that's all I can do though, actually, unless I want, because I moved. I
Mhm.
don't know how far above the ground I was, so
I was assuming something like 30 feet, give or take, so you guys
I
could see
heal
below.
28. Is that?
Yes,
Yep.
you heal 28, and so do I. So let me do that really quick.
And I assume that's a selective channel, so the others don't.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
all selective channel. 59. Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, wow, you were getting fucked over there.
Oh, I was in the 30s. 20s.
Another round of lightning bolts.
Yeah. And then that's all we can do. Hang on. As a swift action,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna cast Cold Ice Strike
Okay.
at the one right in front of me, I guess.
Okay, that was the speaker, too. Technically,
Yeah.
you're adjacent to it. That's not
Oh,
a
I
ranged
am?
attack, is it? Yeah.
It is not a ranged attack. It is just a. Here, I'll put the spell in.
Yeah, I was going to say, you might need to cast defensively unless you don't mind risking the attack of opportunity. They don't have weapons, though. It'd be like a bite. Oh, shit.
I'm gonna cast defensively. I have to cast defensively?
You don't have to. It would risk. They would get an attack of opportunity, so you'd be testing how melee oriented they are. If they hit you, then
I can't. Then I don't have to cast the spell.
Then
right?
then you'd have to make a concentration check with a DC based on the damage you took, or you'd lose the spell. If you cast defensively,
I'll cast defensively, and I'm gonna use a hero point to add 8 ahead
Okay.
of time.
Okay, go ahead.
Is that the concentration check that's cast defensively?
Yep, and the DC is 15 plus double the spell level.
36 plus 8.
Didn't even need the plus 8. Yep.
No,
okay.
I didn't, but that's okay. Okay, so the one right in front of me, I just like extend my hand.
That's a 30-foot line.
Yeah, so if there's anything, I mean, can I go? I have a question. Can the line go like this?
It just has to come from you.
So can I get both of them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'd like to do that then.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to make a token for this. I can't believe I haven't done this before, because I know you've cast this a few times.
I have, because I remember being excited that it's my only swift action spell.
Really?
I can't believe you have a swift action spell. I don't think I've ever seen a cleric.
What
And
spell
then it's
level is that?
Level 6. It's a
Oh.
6th level spell.
That's probably why.
It means business.
I can't go that high on my spells.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I don't have an ice line spell.
Do you have a cone of cold?
I have a cone of cold, yeah.
Compress it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That's all right. Remind me after game, and I will finish making this token. But all right, yeah, you're blasting both of these two with ice.
So they do reflex saves.
Shredding flurry of ice slivers. Oh, yikes. Well, there's those. So they both save.
They both save, so they take half of 58.
29 each. Still, big ouch.
Okay.
There's that one. And that one.
Can I... Oh, no, I already used my move action. I was going to say, when I was, like, healing Sione, can I have moved her, like, 5 feet? But I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, that would have used the move action as well. Okay, yeah, so the ice shreds through them, and, like, they try to leap and dodge and dance through it, but it still ends up slicing a lot of the flesh. Okay. Lem, we are back to you, bud.
All right.
I don't know why I'm pinging everyone over here. I think you're about to move everyone.
I am going to reach out for Fea and Togbad.
Well, just to point out, you don't actually have line of sight where you're going. So you technically don't know that island is over there.
Did I see any of it with the lightning flashes?
No, because it's around the corner from where you're at.
Oh,
You'd have seen the light just illuminating the cavern, and you'd have heard something over there, but you don't actually have...
And Olak running off in that direction.
Right, like you know something's over there, you just don't know it's an island.
Okay. And I'm not going to be able to do this then, am I?
Unless you want to, like, teleport into the water somewhere.
Haha.
Or we could just roll a d8 and let random chance decide where you end up if you teleport in the general vicinity of where you heard.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I'm allowed to do that with Dimension Door.
I believe you do not need to see where you're going with Dimension Door.
Just a general area.
Any other spot within your range, you arrive exactly where desired, whether by simply visualizing the area or stating the direction.
Yep. So I'm assuming that it's the latter that you're doing.
That is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
And
so, describe the direction to me, please.
So, using my... let's see how far I can push this. Using my extensive knowledge of sound and reverberation as a talented, very talented musician, I would like to echolocate about where this is.
Make a perception check. We'll do that instead of the D8. How well you roll this is going to determine where you guys all end up.
Can I persuade you that it's a bluff check against the DM?
No.
Okay.
Got to put more ranks in diplomacy. 25. So, you end up pretty close. I'm going to say you guys end up like this. It dumps you, Faye, and Daji in the water just to the north of the little island, and Togbad kind of roughly on it. But you did know that it was lower, so you had the forethought to be 30 feet closer to the water surface, so none of you take any damage. The damage is just Lem and Faye are now wet, basically, and you'll have to climb out of the water. That's basically it. So,
okay.
More or less effective.
Do my dancing lights come with me so I can
They
see
don't.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Well, those were Faye's, weren't they?
No, they were.
He cast it, actually.
I had it. We both had it.
Oh,
That's
well, yeah, they would not move with you.
that's okay. So let me mark that off. So we do that. I could see Kyra and Sione, so that's nice. And I will call out, "We're here! Hi!"
Okay, there's things. Please fight them.
A whole bunch of two of the snakes actually look to you. You can see two of them are statues, and two more are intent. Well, one is intent upon itself, the other intent upon Kyra. One of them hisses and spits something in Abyssal that no one but Fea understands.
Darn it.
Stop it. And I'm going to start to sing a song about Hail to the Chief. Ooh, that red, white, and blue. Yes. And that's my swift action. That's my standard action. That's it.
And move because you use the perception.
Yes.
Sione.
Guess I'll get out of the water.
Well, technically you can't.
Why?
Not without provoking.
I guess I'll stay in the water.
Okay.
You said the rock was level, right?
Close. It's a few inches above.
I can see these guys, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Sayone's gonna glare, like just her little head sticking up out of the water. Dragon will pop up on her head.
Mm-hmm. Well, I thought Dragon climbed onto Kyra's arm.
No, he didn't. He stayed.
I
with Sayone.
offered it, but I think
He shook his
not.
head.
Okay.
He said, "Nah, thanks, but nah." Dragon is gonna open his mouth, and then
That's-
Sayone is gonna open her mouth and cast Dragon's Breath.
Are you casting defensively?
Of course.
You need to say that beforehand.
I'm sorry. I was too busy opening my mouth.
Yeah, make that concentration check.
33.
You're good.
Plus 4. 37. So the
what energy type
Dragon's
are we
Breath is the... They all took full damage from everything, didn't they?
They did.
It's gonna be one of the cones. The fire.
Does that look about right? Actually, it'd probably be more
It's 30 feet.
like that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hit them both.
Yeah.
All right.
Whoa, watch it. Watch it.
Yeah,
Close.
not hitting Togbad, but he squeals in surprise as Sione just exhales a dragon's fire breath across the surface of this little island.
So you need to make reflex saves.
Yup, sure do.
The only thing we need now is a water breath.
All right.
You just vomit
Your
liquid.
damage, I think, is wrong.
12d6. Oh yeah, 3 acid. Take that, bitch.
Because everyone's-
Should be 12d6, right?
Everyone's dropped
Yeah.
every single element now so far.
Pretty much. Where's Tsunami?
That
Wait,
roll-
can't Fia drop?
Okay, so they
Blood
each
vomit.
take 44 points of damage. These were the two who did not look at the new arrivals, which is really too bad because it would have been nice to see something before they perished in horrible, searing fire.
Oh, they're dead.
They both
Yeah.
are melted down to bones, and like as the flames stop, there's just two skeletons sitting there for a moment, and then they just crumble, falling apart to the island.
Now that it's still my turn. I'm gonna crawl up on this rock and just kind of sit there.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say each time you've gone underwater, you have not been able to hold your breath, so you've definitely taken in some water at this point.
I'll just sit there. Just.
The dark
I
Naga.
inhaled some water, so I coughed out fire. You know how you.
Yep, as one does.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you know what that one? He just continues slamming his head on the ground,
You go, buddy. You go.
letting out shrieks of pain each time. He takes 11 points of damage.
Doing
There's that
great.
insanity spell, getting some exercise. The one remaining.
This one more?
Yeah, it's gonna
He's right
wriggle
here.
between the two.
Statues?
Well, maybe not. Discretion
Can't
is
even
the better
see that
part of
far.
valor. Okay. It's going to cast a spell and turn invisible.
That's okay. I can see where he goes.
So I'm not going to remove it from the map because obviously Sione can see where it is, but only Sione can see it. Where's my invisible? There it is. That's it for their turns. They really can't do much. This one's just over here living its best life. Olak, that makes it your turn. I'm gonna laugh when once again you get robbed of doing anything with your buffs.
I don't have all day.
Though
Yeah,
technically,
over
I think
here,
if
man.
you use your fervor, you'd be close enough to charge.
Already am? Yeah, I'm gonna give myself the plus 60 movement speed.
Mm-hmm.
And since I'm 30 feet up, I'm charging downwards to the one I can see there.
Okay, this one right here, the
Yep.
insane one.
Yeah, that's the only one I can see.
That's the one that's slamming its head against the rock. Okay, that's fine.
And does it provoke from it?
Nope,
No?
not while it's insane.
Alright, well, power attack, battle strike.
You crash into it.
Swing.
And that confirms the critical
Wow.
hit. So you slam into it for 72 points of damage.
Wow.
Slicing it neatly in half.
Okay, Olaf's a bit vindicated. Just a
Now all the
little.
buffs were worth it.
Just a little.
Faya. Oh, that's me. Faya is going to clamber up onto the rock. Obviously, Dodgy comes with her. She frowns, seeing as it looks like this is all in hand.
Oh, I need to know how much damage I took on myself.
She's gonna look around. She's gonna knowledge dungeoneering.
5.
Seeing what they are, she brightens. I needed bits for my spells. And she's going to, in a much more cheerful voice, cast a spell, pulling out a little marionette, like a little bone marionette made out of snake bits. And as she sort of plays with it, moving it around. You see the one remaining Naga has to make a fortitude save as its body begins to move, like something inside its body moves against its will, and you see the face frowning as its skeleton is enchanted within its still living body, and Faya begins to manipulate the skeleton.
The invisible
it's going
one?
to take
Which one?
the only living one.
Can't see it.
The
Yeah.
invisible one.
Oh right, it's
It's
invisible.
invisible.
That's right. Shit.
You
I
forgot to
forgot.
mark them.
I did mark it, but the labels
Oh, you did
on my
mark
map
'em.
are covering up the mark, so I can't see the mark. Shit.
Well, never mind that.
Never mind that. I'll bank that. Sorry, Faya.
Doing some lights.
That was a good idea. Yeah, I mean, I guess. That's so boring. But fine. You want light? She'll cast dancing lights.
Says Lem, who can't see anything.
Yeah, I can't see anything either.
Oh, that's. I don't like that.
Put the lights back. Take them away.
Don't want them anymore?
Nope, never mind.
I mean, to be fair, there's only one left.
What if? No, there's 3.
Nuh-uh.
No, 2 of them are petrified.
Yep, they're just statues.
Oh, well, I mean, I can fix that.
Permanently?
Right. Togbad is going to... Chief! Fight!
Yeah, that one. Oh wait.
Ah! And he's going
It-
to
Go for one of the
try to
stone ones.
leap over the pit toward it.
Oh
Oh.
my god, I'll fall in the pit!
Oh, Tograd.
That's
I
gonna
realize he can't
be
see the invisible
an
one, so I'm
acrobatics
just like.
check. He's just trusting that there's something over there. He tries to leap and is kind of like confused for a moment as he realizes there's no enemy, and then just disappears down the pit.
Hogbat is in your hole.
Here's the
Hit.
damage.
Hey, it's okay.
How much? Just waiting for. There it is.
7.
7.
At least he's like safe in there.
You know,
Yeah, just
he's
stay
out of,
in there.
out of trouble. He's trying so hard to be useful. He is
He's
trying
doing
so
great.
hard.
He
Kyra.
really is doing great, sweetie.
You should turn them
Okay.
to Death Knight.
I can't see the only one that's supposedly left. I knew there were
Well,
6
you know it's
lightning
there.
bolts.
It hasn't stealth yet. You know where it is. You just can't see it. So right now it has total concealment.
So what would that mean in terms of if I think it hasn't moved, can
Any
I try
attack
to hit
roll
it with a
targeting
spell?
So as long as the spell doesn't require you see it, yes, you know it's still there. If you try to make any attack roll against it, it will have a 50% miss chance.
Okay.
I will call out. Just hold on a sec, Kyra. I'll light it up for you.
Wasn't it invisible when you got here?
Yeah.
I don't know. Did it go invisible after I got here?
Lem.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, that was after you got here. So yeah, you know it's there. Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna take a chance. I know the area in which it's in, so I'm just gonna hit Holy Smite down in that area.
Oh, okay.
That's a 20.
It's all right. I got
radius.
a thing for it.
Yeah, perfect. Just like that. So yeah, I'll just like she'll hold her sword and kind of like reach up, and then just out of the sky comes a 24 points of smite damage.
I thought you were going descriptive for a second. I was so pleased and impressed,
No,
and then you
I
went
got
the
nothing.
other way with
Just
it.
this column of light filled with the glow of Saren Ray.
Yes. Like you could hear cracking and crunching from above as the ceiling of the cavern spreads apart for a moment and just pure sunlight shines down.
And only evil and neutral creatures are harmed by smite. And
what does that
so
save? Will
But
save.
are they evil?
Fuck.
I'm
Are
guessing
they
they
evil?
are. Yes.
Fuck. Okay, it's going to take 24 points of damage.
Yay!
You can hear it hissing and spitting, and you can even see like smoke coming from its burning flesh within the light. Before the sunlight dims, the cavern seals shut once more, like clouds covering
and
the sun.
And then I'll move a little bit. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move to. I have a question. The fly spell gives me how much movement?
60.
Unless you're in
wearing...
heavy armor, which turns it to 40.
Oh,
I think.
okay.
Okay,
I'm wearing
40.
mithril.
Still better than what you normally get.
Medium or heavy. What's mithril? Is it medium?
Mithril is one step below whatever it would be. So what type of armor is it? Like breastplate, chainmail?
It's a breastplate, I believe.
So it turns it
wearing
to light
armor.
Oh. Well, shoot. Okay, then I move really far. Then I'm just gonna go. I moved so far. I'll just go over here.
Got it. Okay. Lem, it is your turn.
All right. Seeing where Kyra has laid down the holy smiting of lightiness things, Lem is going to pull out one of his wands and take it in both hands and harness the power as he points it forth and casts glitter dust into the area.
I've got a thing for that.
Oh, cool. I love that token.
Okay. Yeah, there is suddenly technically there are two Naga completely engulfed in glitter. Just glitter bombed. They opened the envelope. They shouldn't have done it. Also, it gets a save against blindness, if I'm not mistaken. Yes? Will save.
It does indeed.
Love these will saves. 24.
Ooh,
okay,
wow.
Not blinded, but very much glittered.
I will take it.
I will remove the invisible token.
So, yeah, it's just covered in dust, glitter dust now?
Yup, pretty much.
That is what glitter dust does.
I love that.
It gives, so effectively what it does is it removes the concealment bonus and treats it as minus 40 to stealth, which counters the plus 40 to stealth from invisibility.
Gotcha.
Okay, is that it for your turn, Lem?
And I will call out for Dogbad? Dogbad. Where's Dogbad?
You hear echoing up from that pit.
Oh God, Togbat's the island.
Sione.
Sayone will float herself up.
Again.
Yeah, she doesn't need to stand up. How do you know if you can end a spell?
If it has a D
If it
next to
has
the
a-
duration.
Well, I'll look at Olak. It's right there, and I'll point at the last thing.
You mean the sparkly thing?
Yep.
Yeah, it's covered head to toe or head to tail in glitter.
Perfect.
And then she's gonna float over here. It's okay. It'll just be a couple minutes.
Okay. That's it. The Dark Naga is up. Well, it's pissed.
You don't say. Wonder
Bring
why.
it. Bring it.
All right. Kyra, how high off the ground are you?
I'd say I went to hover probably 10 feet above the ground.
And Sione, you're pretty high up. Okay.
Oh, your lightning bolt won't work.
Hit me. Kyra will just scream at it
Actually,
to
hang
get
on.
its attention.
Hit me. Come and hit me. Oh,
It's
was that?
going to chance the opportunity attack from Olak.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, it's gearing up to cast Lightning Bolt.
Alright, well, this has Vital Strike with it.
They're so charismatic and so stupid.
Okay.
It doesn't know anything about Olog's powers.
30.
30 is going to hit.
And the Vital Strike.
Oh boy.
20.
If he survives, though.
And the
30, 37, 38, 58.
and an extra 6 more damage, so
64. Still alive!
+1 from, did you get Sonic?
I got it. Yep,
Okay.
yep. It's going to cast defensively.
Oh.
I don't have its concentration set up, so just add 6 to this.
so does continuous damage apply to that caster?
Oh, that sucks, buddy.
Oh
Darn, don't you hate that?
You hate to see it.
So I'm
well,
gonna
he
guess this
tried
a
to
no.
cast the magic, and as he was in the process of doing that, Olak just pulled back and swung the blade crashing against the Naga's face and skull, turning the head, and like half of that spell that it was trying to cast is just spat out with some of its teeth, as it's now just like woozily sitting on the stone. At that point where someone would yell, surely finish him. Olak, it's your turn. Speaking of finish him.
Bring your neck closer here. I want a trophy. Olak's doing a full attack with the extra full attack for Blessing of Fervor.
Okay.
The first full attack.
I mean, I'm just noting that it's got single-digit hit points.
22?
22 does not hit.
+5.
Are you adding 5?
From
Oh, so that's
from the Fight of
27?
Greatness.
27 hits.
Hey.
Okay, so 2 of your 3 attacks hit. So Lem, hit another one of those, please. We've got 41, 46, 76, 79, or 79, 80, 81, 87, 88, 89, 99, 100, 105 damage.
Oh, wait, there's one more attack with this.
Okay, keep it coming.
Oh, not one.
Excellent. Okay, so 105 damage.
Oh. On a thing that was in single digits.
Olak's trying for a clean head slash here. He wants a head
It is
trophy.
the cleanest head slice y'all ever saw. And that's going to end initiative.
Oh.
I'm
Pyro sits
mounting
down
this on
again.
someone's room.
And she's gonna channel energy as she like takes a knee, cause ouch, lightning.
Okay.
Out selective channel, sorry.
That is irrelevant at this point.
Well, true. But 20 points of healing to anybody who needs healing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Togbad needed it.
He did. His
Olak
7
loses
point
all
damage.
his damage.
so after 14 rounds, the pit will just go whoop and just put him back up on the ground.
Okay. And he's
Blessing
just kind
of
of
Fervor
seated
will
with his
end.
legs sprawled out, waiting.
Same with my other blessing. I'm gonna miss those blessings.
I'm just gonna delete these.
By the way, what the heck are all these rocks that are on here? Olak's actually asking that.
I'll just look at Faya like
Oh yeah, I didn't get
something
to do
to
my
investigate.
my check. Can I do
yeah.
that?
On what? What check?
For arcane sight, looking at this rock, you said there was
The
magic.
rock is not magic. You were seeing their invisibility
It was
auras.
his
Oh, right.
visibility.
Though, if
But-
you want to know what's going on with the island, you can make a knowledge religion check.
Oh,
I'll try.
Or actually, Arcana, religion, or planes would be allowed.
Ooh, Arcana.
Oh, when you
Oof.
accidentally close out
39.
of the game.
Okay, so Sione, and it makes sense that you would recognize this.
no.
You can confirm as you're studying all of these, the rocks and the island and such, that it is in the perfect arrangement for the creation of a temporary portal to the abyss, but it would require a powerful spellcaster and several weeks infusing the area with potent magic, which is beyond the capabilities of any of these dark nagas, you would surmise.
Yeah, but could what's her face do it?
Who?
The
No.
Mother of Oblivion.
No, you would surmise not.
I will relay that info.
Wait, so it's finished already?
Seems so.
But it needs
Did-
powerful magic in order to activate it.
Come here.
Picking
Do
up
you
like
think-
some little pieces of rock here and there on the island, Faya kind of rises up from a crouch. They were Lamashtu worshippers.
Do we think Kadro Costa summoned them?
The Monster God.
Why the abyss though? Like, are there other islands that go to other planes? Is that what this is, or?
I don't know.
Dark
And finish-
Naga from material plane. Maybe they try to call something?
Wait, is this going to the abyss or coming from
It's-
the
it
abyss
doesn't work.
or
It's not functional.
no?
The intent
Maybe,
was that it would connect to the abyss.
yeah, maybe it's just from when this was an active
Wait, what?
Thessalonian something or another.
I wonder if there's other islands that connect to other places.
Maybe if
Can you ping the map to pull me over where we're supposed to go? I'm sorry.
maybe if I have time without interruption, I find out more about this place.
We can.
Who would interrupt you, Thea?
Well, maybe whoever was casting the lightning bolts. Looking at you,
You
Sione.
interrupt her.
She's gonna pull out her book again and dig in.
Sayone's just kind of patrolling the area, like floating around in
Next
the
time
area.
I'm gonna drop her in the water.
I'll be with Sione.
Just, yeah, checking out.
You know what?
One long.
Can
island.
I? Olak will try to jog after them.
Make sure you're moving the map with them, by the way.
Yeah, I'm trying to, but they moved so fast.
How far
Also-
did you go, Sione?
I
Just
am
right here.
loving the green vision from Olak, by the way. Or no, I'm sorry, from Sione, the green dark vision. That's her goggles.
I'm not going far.
Okay, I'm just staying hovered above the little island that we're on. So
Okay. Yeah, flying about, it looks like it's just a little a lonely isle over here floating above the lake. Or set above the lake, rather.
What's on the other side then? Wait, how big is
Oh,
this
yeah.
cavern?
fucking huge.
Can I do the same thing that Faye's doing? I have some books from Windsong Abbey that give me +2 checks on Demon's Abyss and Clipos. Would that
Actually,
help here?
Yes, that would.
who can
All
cast
right.
light?
And I'm gonna
I have
cast
light on me.
I'm gonna ask someone to cast light
So
on
here's
an
what I'm
arrow.
gonna do to save some time here. I'm going to turn on daylight mode to make exploration of this chamber a little easier, just for now, just of the lake,
Okay.
nowhere else.
Oh.
So
Well, Olak was gonna go, like, shoot an arrow down
Oh.
the way with light.
So you
holy
guys
heck.
can like see.
The lake and where we want to go explore.
Yes. So
What the
a
heck
few
is that?
points I want to draw you to, assuming you guys are going to spend some time both resting and exploring this lake.
Yeah.
First, I want to draw your attention down here.
Okay.
Hello.
Presumably, the next thing you guys would find is a barren rocky isle rising from the lake's depths. Atop the island's 30-foot-high peak lie the cracked foundations of a long, crumbled structure of some sort. And it looks like this is right where the bridge led to.
What's that?
And Kyra, that was from the book research earlier?
Yeah, +2 would make it 17, but I don't
17.
think that's...
During an extended rest, I will say you guys can dig more in depth in this book and maybe find something. But unfortunately, without spending like a few hours of research, you're not going to find much on.
What's
Sorry, Sione and anyone who flew out to the central aisle, I guess.
Oh yeah.
In the interest of time, I'm kind of summarizing a little bit to get you guys out here and we can explore. What do you want to do here?
Is this a hole?
So there's a 20-foot square area in the center of the island that is, in fact, so actually there's the tower. That's the structure, but your arcane vision shows the structure as magic. Strong caster level. You can make a will save for me, actually.
Ah, I see.
No, Olak's would have gone.
No, it's fine. Oh, maybe not. 13?
Well, you have good hope, correct?
Oh, 15?
Yeah.
15. You see that it is an illusion.
Yeah.
And in fact, it is an open shaft hidden by 4 illusory walls.
Sayoni will just go through it. It's just an illusion.
Oh.
But there's a cold draft blowing up from down there.
I found a hole. It's not my hole. It's a different hole.
Olak was gonna say something along those lines.
It's bigger.
What's down there?
Darkness. As far as you can see.
I cast something.
Are you just gonna waste a frickin' fireball again?
Yeah, I throw a fireball down there.
Okay. Normally I like to make fun of Lem making fun of you for the use of your spell slots. But this just seems... This is just... You're just throwing a fireball down a pit for a light spell.
Yeah.
But
God's sake. But it looks like it's about 300 feet deep. And you can make out a small chamber at the bottom of the pit.
Well, whatever was in there is
Room.
dead now.
Do I hear anything
Empty
yelling
room.
in pain?
No.
should we bring Lem here to see if he goes down there?
No, I can go down there and see.
No, I meant if that's where the shard is located, or...
Suddenly, you hear a deafening shriek, like an inhuman wail emanating up the pit all the way up.
Whoop.
And there's just a gust of Arctic air. Like something letting out some horrible scream, and with it, its chill, foul breath.
Olak shaking his head at that, or...
Sayoni will call down. Sorry about that. You okay?
Nothing.
Well, why don't you just check another fireball to make sure?
It is 300 feet, I will remind you.
Well, I yelled down there.
Are we able to bring people to the people who don't have flying? Are we able to carry them over here, or is that something that I can't do? I
Well,
don't
if
know how you.
someone can cast
Like
more
one at a time.
flying.
Yes, you could. I would say.
Why
One
would
at a
I do
time.
that when I need to waste my spells casting fireball?
Yeah, I'll carry Lem over here if that's good with him.
Well, so
And then this
did you
is
guys not
Thea.
want to explore the rest of the lake?
Well,
I
there's that
do.
thing up
Yeah,
there,
yeah, I get
and
what you're
this
throwing
big thing
down.
over here.
I mean, it's up to you. You go. You don't have to. By no means. I'm just
I
saying.
was looking up here in the north. I wanted to see what this was about.
That is next.
Okay. That is where we shall go
Okay.
next. Then.
Maybe while they're doing that, I'll keep over there.
Wait for Olak. He's like jogging after them. Because he's not really flying.
Oh, that's why it wasn't pulling. It was. Okay, so over here,
Wait, over where?
you'll want to move
Ah.
tokens over here, actually.
Okay.
But there's a chasm or like a crevice in the wall
Oh,
that moves through. Oops, you're not
I
supposed
put
to be able
myself
to do
in the
that.
wall. I put myself in the wall on accident. I
You
don't know
fixed
what
it. It's
happened.
okay. It's okay. Actually, I'm sorry. Hold tight. No, don't go in here because this is not above water. You would not see that. I apologize.
Oh.
Oh.
That would only be for an underwater search.
Oh, wait, hang on. Y'all, I might. Um. Oh, I don't have communal water breathing. I have communal water walk.
Also, I would say those of you who are doing, all three of you may make a perception check to see if you notice the entrance down here.
Len's gonna be best at that, not me.
Ooh. I would like a
But
10
you are the
then.
three who are over here who can actually have a chance of spotting the underwater
I'm
tunnel.
here too.
I said you three.
Oh,
Oh, I thought Lem said he was
19.
over here.
No, I'm over on the other side. I want to look at the north of where I am.
Oh, I got you.
Because I can't do cool things like fly.
You need to.
Got nothing.
Oh no, Lem, you can't. That's a different thing. That's not part of the lake. Well, I will cover that beach area. I will discuss what you find down there, but you wouldn't like going further. You guys will have to physically explore that. That I don't want to just summarize. Okay, so you guys don't actually find the underwater tunnel unless Olak wants to spend a chat's blessing.
do it.
Yes!
I leave that to you. Okay, you do?
Yeah, do it.
Okay. In that case, while you guys are exploring this massive cavern, and this would be the work of like an hour, by the way. Olak, you
some
notice
spells
a
run off.
shadow in the water, and at first, like you might be thinking like, another creature to fight, but no, it's in fact a tunnel under the water, near the lake's bottom, about 50 feet underwater.
Huh.
See something, Olaf?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna cast Extended Air Bubble.
Why?
Not on myself, but on Sione.
I will also add that Sione, when you look where Olak is looking, you do see a magic aura. Would have been impossible to notice though, because it wouldn't just be in your straight cone unless you literally look straight down.
Right. Hold my hand, Sione. We're going down.
Well,
Olak's gonna run straight down into the water, and since he still has freedom of movement, he can pretty much walk in water as if on air,
Sayone's just gonna hang
but
out for
he'll
a
be
while.
holding his breath.
Okay. You guys can move in there then and have a look. There's not a whole lot to see. At least, I mean, there
Sayone
is for
will
your
point-
characters. I mean, for you.
Point to the magic aura, Sayone will.
Well, the aura is the actual chamber.
Oh,
You can
well,
do-
point.
2 spellcraft checks if you'd like.
2 spellcraft checks.
By the way, is there an air bubble in here
No,
anywhere?
no.
38 and 26.
Okay, the first is an invisibility purge spell. The second is unhallowed.
Well,
Undoubtedly.
Correct.
Oh.
Olak would like to do something then for himself.
Okay.
From his ring, he will cast Stone Shape to make an air pocket up in the ceiling.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Within this place, though, you find a lot of signs of like a big nest. Something massive was living in here. There's also piles of treasure and other things that have been stowed in here. Among other things, you find several stalactites that were carved into, it would be a knowledge religion check to know what exactly, but into some kind of jackal-headed woman.
Lamashtu. Was Sayoni not around for the first part of?
She was not.
Okay. Well then, I don't know nothing about nothing. I'll make a religion check, I guess. Max is 10 though.
Okay. You recognize it as Lamashtu. A very crude depiction of her, though.
Oh, let's grab the goods, huh?
As far as treasures, they're stacked in a neat pile at the base of her of the creature's primitive shrine to Lamashtu. Currently, this consists of, and this will take you guys a while to sort through it, but 2,800 gold, 108 platinum, a small diamond, which Sione can appraise is worth about 1,200 gold, which can be used for some very high-level cleric spells. A set of ivory dice worth 30 gold, and a matching set of silver dice worth 75. And I'm just saying the prices because taking 10 on appraise, you just know what they're worth.
I can't type as fast as
I know. I'm going to copy and paste it for you.
Okay.
A copper scepter carved with images of spiders worth about 50 gold. An ornate silver comb worth 75 gold. A polished coral chalice worth 50 gold. A gold statuette of a red dragon worth 110 gold. There's a lot of shit here.
Where the
A
heck did
silver
they even
chalice
get this?
with carvings of a merilith on the sides worth 150 gold. A potion of some type. A potion of another type. A potion of a third type. A mithril scroll tube worth 200 gold, containing 3 different scrolls. A wand, which Sione recognizes as a wand of magic missile.
What caster level?
Standard, but with only 44 charges remaining. Another wand, a staff of some kind, and a magic breastplate, as well as, what the fuck is that? A slender silver bracelet worked in an intertwined design of 3 flowers, which is magic as well. So a lot of magical gear. In addition, you find the crushed, ruined body of an elf, an elven woman, but unlike any elf Sione or Olak has ever seen, this one's skin is jet black with pitch white hair.
Ooh.
She is still wearing some combat gear and is relatively fresh for a corpse.
That's alarming.
Interesting.
That's totally fine. So, magic items. Let's do this real efficient. Give me 3 for the potions. 3 spellcraft. Actually, if you take 10, you can identify all 3 of them.
Okay, I will.
Potion of haste, resist electricity, and water breathing. Excuse me.
Oh,
They did that thing again.
Yep. In the mithril scroll tube are 1, 2, 3 scrolls. One of them you can identify as a scroll of charm monster. 1, a scroll of summon monster 5. The third you actually have to roll on.
Are you gonna copy paste these, or should I be writing? Okay.
I just want to make sure that I can paste everything.
Go.
Okay. That is a scroll of greater spell immunity.
Woo.
The second wand you can identify as a wand of call lightning with 38 charges. The staff, I actually have to look up what this one is. The staff you can take 10 on is a staff of understanding.
That sounds
I've been
familiar.
wanting something like that.
It allows comprehend languages, detect thoughts, and tongues.
Whoa.
and it is a polished maple staff inlaid with ivory strips and runes from different languages up and down the span.
It's like your portable Faya.
Mm-hmm. And then I need, let's see, you can tell that the breastplate is a +1 expeditious breastplate.
What does that mean?
I think that's going to be pretty good for Kyra, actually.
I think that gives you
yours-
movement.
You can
I have
get
a
out of places.
+3 mithril.
3 times per day as a swift action. It gives you a burst of speed, and you get a +10 foot enhancement bonus to all of your movement modes. And it makes it worth an extra 4,000 gold. Finally, the weird bracelet you can take 10 on and identify as a Seducer's Bane.
Never heard of that.
It gives you a +5 bonus on sense motive and will saves against enchantment effects. And if you make a successful will save against an enchantment, the caster of that spell incorrectly senses that their spell worked on you.
Huh.
Additionally,
Love that.
you know an enchantment spell targeted you and the enchantment source at all times. It creates an aura on you that is visible to detect magic, but that effect will match the failed enchantment spell.
Interesting.
However, if you attack the caster or its allies or otherwise act in a way that is contradictory to the failed spell's effect, the caster immediately knows it was ineffective.
Very cool.
Great. That's cool though.
Alvin, you'll probably have to close that on the viewer
Ear.
now.
Neat.
Wow.
That's everything, right?
Well, then there's the strange elven woman.
Yeah.
She did.
How heavy is she?
Not heavy enough to bother you, Olak.
Well, Olak, once we're done there, Olak's dragging both her and
Hold on.
Sione out.
I'm checking. Quit dragging me. Let me check this body.
But the body has a magic chain shirt, a magic buckler, a magic hand crossbow with 10 poisoned bolts, a masterwork rapier, and a magic collar.
She's dead though.
Quite.
How did
Probably
she
by
die?
a few days, it looks like.
How'd she die?
Make a heal check.
Oh no. I'm not
Sorry,
good
I
at that.
can't breathe underwater, so.
If only you guys had some kind of equipment that you recently found for exactly that, like a helm of some kind or a pearl of some kind. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have any of those.
It's probably in Sione's hole.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
Sione, you're not sure how she died. Very violently, as best you can tell from the state of the body.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna disarm her and just put all her stuff in my hole.
And you can identify those as a +1 chain shirt, a +1 buckler, a +2 shock hand crossbow. The poison is nothing you've come in contact with before.
What's the collar?
That is a deliciously fun little item.
I'm making sure it is what I think it is.
It probably is.
I'm not gonna remove that.
Uh-oh.
Is it cursed?
Must be a unique item.
You
Give me a
could
second to
say
find
it's
it.
cursed in a way.
Is it?
It's probably a kinky collar.
There it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you can take 10 on this. It's called a slave collar. They're
Oh.
popular in the Darklands, and they basically they consist of a simple ring of metal, in this case brass, that latches in place with a lock, and the lock is always attuned to a unique key. The person who carries a collar's key is aware of the collar's wearer as though they had targeted them with a status spell, so they would know if they're alive, dead, sick, undead, etc.
Or away
In
from the
addition,
dimension.
Whoever has the key can communicate telepathically with the wearer of this collar as long as they're within 100 feet. As long as a slave collar is worn, the key the key's carrier automatically penetrates the collar wearer's spell resistance, and the collared creature takes a -5 penalty on all saving throws against the key carrier's spells. They are very resistant to being picked or broken, and doing either destroys the collar. It cannot be forcibly removed without destroying it. And it further is enchanted to make it harder for its own wearer to do either of those things. They would take a -10 penalty on disable device or strength checks against their own collar. But it is extremely valuable in gold cost. Unfortunately, it's fixed to her neck, and without the key, you can't get it off.
Well, if we're not there, what? Once we're not underwater, we'll ask. Well, what if the head
before
and
you
neck?
do that, let's get you guys. You're taking the body with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me give you guys the list of loot, and you can put that into your notes. Sec to copy everything. Yeah, that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I was trying to type it first, like,
That is a fat pile of loot.
Wow, something for everyone too.
You get an item, and you get an item.
So with that, you guys can surface.
Alright. Well, now that I can thingy, can I check how long this elf was alive for?
Yeah.
Oh, they bring the body up? I can do a heal check on it if you want to know more.
Kyra!
Yes?
You have a body.
A body.
Heal check.
41 heal check.
And Olak, are you aiding or are you trying to do your own check?
That's my own check.
Okay. Yeah, Olak, you're not sure, but whatever killed this woman did a thorough job of it. Kyra, you see that she was crushed to death by something coiled around her, and then partially, and by partial I mean mostly, eaten. Also, weird thing, you have seen creatures like this before. They are rare, and you know that elves in general try to hide their very existence to the point where they will kill to keep this secret. But this is something called a dark elf, a drow, and they are like demonic elves from the Darklands.
Oh, kind of Miss Karaya. It appears the...
Oh, that's right. She told you guys about these.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
It seems Mother of Oblivion got to this one.
I thought so.
What this elf was doing here, I'm not entirely sure. Kind of wish I knew, but... give me a few hours, we can speak with Dead if you really want to know.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
did she tell us about all about Rouse? Or the major?
Karaya just talked about the Darklands and then just talked about how Drow lived there. I don't
Right.
think
She mentioned there's some pretty horrible shit down there, but she didn't give too much detail. I think she might have mentioned dark elves at some point, but I don't think anyone inquired about that.
Wait, is this a male or a female?
This is a female.
Don't they travel in packs?
If we're bringing the body with us, I can, when I prepare spells next, speak with Dead.
Well, she had any traveling companions. They weren't down there.
So, Lem, I'm going to cut over to you now, ever so briefly, because you can see that there's more where you're at. It looks like that's where the cave continues, maybe extensively. Wait, that's not Lem. Where's Lem?
Lem is on the island.
Yeah, Lem's on the island.
I thought you said something about north.
Yeah, well, over here. Then you told me not to look.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong token. That wasn't you.
So I got bored.
There's not. That's just the wall. That's just the wall of the cavern.
And then from here, I can see all this.
Where? Yeah. Yeah,
And I can
honestly, there's nothing else that you guys can see in this cavern. Like, I'm assuming you guys spend some serious time fanning out, exploring the
Yeah.
walls, looking for more tunnels. The only other thing you find is over here.
where?
More
Did that
tunnels.
not?
He
Over
pulled
here.
us over there. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not going to go. Oh, God. What happened there? Weird. There's not too much of note here, but it is a wide beach of damp stone rising up from the lake's edge. Numerous stalagmites and stalactites decorate the entire region, which narrows down to a pair of 25-foot wide passageways leading to the west. A 20-foot wide pathway has been smashed through the stalagmites from the lake to the southernmost entrance. This path is smeared with slime and bits of strange, violet, like purple meat.
Who went down
And
there?
Kyra,
Okay.
since you were the one who kind of found this beach, can I just have you make a perception check for me?
Oh man, I should have brought Lem with me. What?
That one. Lovely.
That one. Okay. You don't
Can't see my own
see
feet.
anything here, but you can't shake the feeling that you're being watched.
Okay, time to go. Let's just all meet back on that little island. Yeah.
Sure. So you guys regroup on the island. What do you want to do?
What'd you find?
This hole full of things.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
that's
they
great.
found an underwater passage.
Could I
More
make a
stuff?
suggestion?
Is it
Why
nap
don't
time?
we take all those things and then go back across the bridge, up the long million-mile walk, and go up that ladder and the stairwell and take a really long rest where it's nice
Just
and
rest.
warm.
We could rest in that mansion, that mage's mansion thing as
The
well.
only other place I see to go is down that hole over there, so...
That is a
Yes.
3-mile hike, FYI.
As I
Wait, are we
stood
technically
front of
in
that,
this thingy with the ghost?
what?
Will the ghosts appear here?
He will appear where he died, which presumably is
In
where his body
24
was.
hours.
Yeah.
Is this still?
Yeah, we're still in the same
Wait,
place.
wait, wait, wait.
Well, this is 3 miles away.
Yeah, just we'll
Yeah,
Olak
but
will check.
presumably-
Fea, say something in Abyssal. Olak's.
She'll say something in Abyssal that
Oh, tongues
Kyra
doesn't
just.
apply here.
Oh, right, tongues does actually apply here. I'm sorry, you would have gotten.
Oh.
They were screaming at, calling you guys blasphemers,
Oh, okay.
monsters. They were calling on Lamashtu to smite you for the sin of murder. Basically, is what they were.
Wait, so
Alright.
tongues. Okay, so the ghost can get here then?
If they want to go 3 miles.
Yeah.
Well, he won't be back by the time we're done resting. We just need 8 hours.
Well, why don't we just sleep here then?
Because sleeping on a rocky island in the middle of a horrible
Yeah.
lake.
When there's a nice, like, prepared mansion or some strange clean
You want to walk all the
And
way
the
back
library.
there?
And a
Yes.
library, which I'm sure Fea would love to be in. And
Yes.
the mansion has, a kitchen with food and presumably water, which
And a tub.
I
It
can-
had a tub.
I can magically create water, but
Olak holds up some soggy rations. Well, what about this?
Okay, well, like, you can totally sleep here if you are more comfortable doing so, but
The rest of us are going some.
you don't have to sleep in a bed in the mansion. You can sleep on a rug.
Fine. Yes. So pampered. Ooh, mansion.
So you guys are going back.
I think so, yes.
Okay. It's actually not a very eventful walk. Like it's 3 miles uphill away from the creepy water. And once again, Kyra, as you're going, you kind of can't help but turn back one last time, and for just a moment, you'd swear you see the light glinting off of something across the lake.
Oh
And you
god.
can't shake that feeling of being watched.
I'll turn to whoever's walking next to me, presumably Sione. Just say, do you feel like we're being watched?
I look around with arcane sight.
Nothing visible.
Actually, true
Just-
sight.
Just feel like
Oh wait, I can't do true sight.
Ugh.
Nope. Yeah, just arcane sight. I don't see anything or
Nothing.
no. Nothing.
we must be getting closer to something.
I would assume so.
So when you guys finally finish your hike, nothing assails you on the entire walk. By the way, it's quiet, maybe even pleasant by comparison. The
Oh.
smell of the underground sulfurous lake fades. You find yourselves back in the still, silent halls of the former Halls of Wonder.
Take a nap.
Yeah, let's
Passing
head to
through
that
all of
mansion.
these columns. You pass the debris from the Faceless Angels and make your way past that horrifying window in which you saw some mountain-sized jackal-headed creature. Down the stairs into the guest mansion.
Pub time.
Kyra's gonna take time to meditate. I think I'm gonna use this incense of meditation. So I will
Ooh.
spend my 8 hours of rest. Actually, I will use all of my healing spells to make sure everybody's at full healing. And then
Ooh,
I will...
didn't you guys pick up that burner?
Yeah, there was an
That's-
incense burner as well.
Oh, and I will
Yeah.
light the incense burner so that we don't have bad dreams.
That will only work in whatever room you put it in.
Yeah, I think we have to sleep in the same room. I think we should save that for when we're in the because does that have a certain number of uses?
No.
Does it?
No?
Well,
Oh, okay.
let's just go in one room then.
There's beds. That's why.
We'll Fine, I'll carry the beds to that one room.
If you want, you could carry the beds like out into the kitchen, or the dining
forget-
room, or the
in the tub.
library. I feel like
And
Faya
you know
would
what?
suggest the
Yeah,
library.
Fea's not leaving the
Is this
library, I
mansion made out
guarantee
of like stone?
So last week, Olak, you already tried
Yeah.
cutting the bathtub out and carrying it out, and discovered that as soon as you left with the bathtub, it moved itself back to where you cut it from,
Into the room?
and and undid all of the damage. It seems like this is a distinctly anti-destruction enchantment on it.
Leave my tub alone.
It also unpainted the walls that you marked up.
This mansion's racist.
there's healing just because.
Thank
Okay.
you.
I mean, honestly, with Kyra, you guys can heal all the way back up to full health.
Yeah.
And
I have
probably
enough
with Olak
left
too.
over. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Between Olak and Kara, that's
I just
yeah.
like to hit the button because I like to see what I would be doing. So
Wait,
I had 4 more channel
I
energies,
feel the same
so I'm
way about
curious.
The negative level.
Like, look at that. That's pretty good. Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, I have a
That
negative.
one. Oh, yeah.
What do you need prep for that?
I can restore that. Your what was that you got hit by, Lem?
An energy drain. When do I
And-
make?
24 hours.
Can I get rid of it now?
Yes, but you will have to use the diamond dust to do so.
I have a scroll of greater restoration.
Okay, you'd have to use that. You could use the scroll, but
Okay,
he would not get to make the free fortitude save against it.
Wait,
Okay,
what about
what do you want,
we
Lem? Do you
wait
want
we
me to
wait to see
wait?
if he gets the fortitude, If not, we hit
Is
him
it
with the.
damaging him right now though? Like, is it doing negative things to your
For those 24
numbers?
hours, yes.
So
And
Lem, that's up to you. If you want me to use it, I will use it. If you
it's a level. I mean, it's also just a level, so it knocks my spell DC down, knocks my.
Everything
mean,
down.
your spell DC is important though.
Yeah. I mean, or is it? I mean, clearly tonight it's not.
Don't know what we're gonna come across next though. This is all very
I can't fireball everything.
And I think that you know how best to take care of all of it, so I leave it up to you, and my feelings will not be
I
hurt.
will use the scroll of greater restoration on Lem.
I will not complain.
You can just do
I will
restoration, I think.
I thought I had to use greater.
I think greater is if once it becomes permanent.
Yeah,
Oh,
restoration
well then I
you
have
can
a
do.
wand of restoration, so
Oh.
can I use that?
Yeah, if it's
I would double-
temporary.
It is temporary for now.
Okay,
The
well,
spell's temporary
if I may
negative
so
levels or one permanent negative level.
Oh, that'll even get one permanent negative level. Oh, okay. Restoration's
Oh, okay.
better than I thought it was.
Okay, then I will just use my wand of restoration. No big deal.
Greater restoration, I think, removes all permanent.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
So is there
I
anything
will
else you guys
that.
want to do?
Do you want to reassign? Do we want to go through the items tonight, or is that a?
Yeah,
We
we
can
should
do
probably
that
see what's important.
Off stream.
You could
Unless
do
you
the
wanna do
magic
it.
items for now.
Yeah, can we do
Okay.
magic stuff real quick?
Yeah.
I'd be happy to do it offline too. Whatever makes you happy.
Well, someone should have something for water breathing in case there's more water.
Okay, I do have a spell for that, and it does say that it's however like I divide up it's
Well, we have those
2
two
hours
items.
per level, but then I can divide the time between how many people I touch with it. So if we don't have enough water breathing items.
The 2 items I'm interested in is the Seducer's Bane and the Staff of Understanding.
I am fine if you want those.
I'd be interested in the wand of call lightning.
Of course
Yeah.
you would be.
Yeah, I don't need
Take
that.
it. Take it. I just
Also,
want the
Faya
diamond,
can
that's
identify
it.
the
Oh,
hand
or Faya.
crossbows, crossbow bolts, the poison crossbow bolts on there. They are sleep poison. Shooting someone with them
I
will
have a
cause a
crossbow.
potent sleep. So there's 10 of those if you want to use those. But also the hand crossbow is +2 and shocking.
I do believe that is
Does
an
anybody else
exotic
use a
weapon.
crossbow?
No, martial weapon.
No. Should Faya take the wand? I wonder. She's been struggling sometimes to.
Of lightning? I
Technically,
think
there's
she
2.
already has one.
Not call lightning. I don't think she does.
It is exotic.
But there's a wand of magic missile too. So one of you could take one and the other could take the other.
They both
right?
already have one of each.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I mean, his is Fireball,
Oh right. His fireball one.
I think, and it's actually magic missile.
And Lem does have an actual fireball shard.
Also true. Maybe that's a
Well,
question we.
Yeah, maybe let's wait to see who wants what.
What? Yeah.
I'd be
Okay.
happy.
Yeah. After we figure out stuff, which I guess we can finish doing not on stream. Yeah. Kyra would just kind of during the meditation be. I don't know. Maybe asking Saren Ray for a little bit of guidance.
Make
Maybe
a
GB stuff here.
make a knowledge religion check.
Oh no, I'm so bad at those.
Gotta throw some ranks into that skill.
I throw my ranks into sense, motive, and heal.
Fair.
I'll even say hero point 2 out of 8.
Okay. Oh, we mean business with
Answers.
these hero points today.
I want answers.
You hate to see
See, she rolls. I roll low for those.
it. Okay, so you during your meditation, you pray fervently to Saren Ray. You feel very cut off from her, like the depth down here, the magic generator, the abyssium generator, apparently, like it's interfering, but you can still feel like almost like she's just on the other side of a wall, and like she's putting a hand to the wall for you. Like you feel her closeness, if not her presence.
Okay.
And we'll talk further shortly. Um,
I'd
is
like
there
to.
anything?
Yes.
Yes.
You guys
Yes?
want to scry on anybody? I have spell slots left.
Hyra's already meditating, but she just opens one eye at that and is like, of course.
Bathtub time. Not interested.
Olak,
What?
do you want me to scry on anybody?
Who would I need to perv on?
I don't know.
No scry, Faya says from her book.
Oh,
Oh yeah, dang it! This place is no fun.
would have been fun to watch you try though.
Why isn't it working? Oh right, I keep forgetting this place sucks. Sucks the fun. Okay, never mind. And Sammy, nothing for her.
I'm sure Faya would be doing more knowledge on all of that. Is that what? But I guess we'll let Ava.
Yeah, so just some basic stuff that you guys find on the core where you came from, knowing what to look for. Faya does actually find a book detailing a mother of Oblivion.
Ooh.
And she finds that they were the first children of the goddess Lamashtu. They are her favorite children as well, and it's said her heralds even. They are timeless ancient beings older than Thassalon itself. They were here before Thassalon was even founded. She finds, there just some basic details about them, mechanics and stuff. If you guys are interested, I can talk about like what that thing could have done. I'll just share the character sheet with you after stream. But she finds that they are extremely intelligent and malevolent, and for the most part, exclusive to the Abyss.
So I could have banished it.
She also finds that they do not have a means of plane shifting themselves, that they can only be called and they can only be dismissed.
So what called it here? Or
that thing.
Given that it's mentioned as being down here already, it was here presumably during Thassalon, but connecting the dots with Faya's big wrinkly brain, she would say, I wonder if Naga tried to send home, but too weak.
They were trying to send... Oh.
Wait.
Oh well. Home now.
Does that mean we can't cast Speak with Dead down here?
Speak with
no,
Dead
we did.
Just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked. We used it on the curate.
And you guys have that Drow corpse, by the way. So once you're done resting, if you want, you can cast that. Oh, actually, let me check. Let me make sure Faya doesn't have that. I know it's a witch spell.
It is. Probably. That makes sense.
I would not be surprised if that's a spell she knew. But it looks like she doesn't know Speak with Dead.
Do you guys want me to prepare water breathing, or do we have other things?
Well, we have the helmet, right?
Yeah, so I'm okay.
And now we have a potion, right?
Oh.
Cute. I prepare that, or I prepare like prayer or remove curse or remove disease. So.
Does that cover everybody? Olak?
For what?
Do you have something for water breathing?
Yeah, I got my bubble.
Oh, right.
That's true.
And there was the
I think that covers everybody then, right?
Okay.
I might be mistaken. I don't know.
Helm, potion, bubble.
Well,
and the
Dodgy
pearl.
And Dragon.
Oh, right.
And Togbad.
Oh, yeah, for freaking Togbad. Okay, maybe
I'll prepare it. It's okay, because I can... Yeah, it's 2 hours per level, and then you just divide it between however many people you touch, so... No worries. It's just a 3rd level spell.
Okay.
Womp womp womp.
So you guys, is there anything else you want to do before you rest?
No. Count my money.
Bend my gross.
Yeah, divide up the money. Fix
Yes, you
Lem's
can fix your dress.
outfit.
Um,
Olak will
Yeah.
use mending on
Okay.
it for a price.
Totally
during the
interesting.
night.
You have dreams of snakes?
Well, I need Kyra, Sione, and Olak to make will saves.
You should have taken a bath.
Yeah, Lem's onto something.
I got 30. Whatever that means.
Rolla.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's fun.
Meow.
Okay.
I need to kill them.
So, Sione and Olak, you both have pretty fucked up dreams. Actually, for that matter, Lem, you do too. Lem, I've already described the dream that you had the previous night. You have the exact same dream all over again, complete with the underground chamber, silver smoke, and that horrific worm thing trying its damnedest to eat you. No sense going back into that. The rest of you, except Kyra, have equally disturbing but slightly less specific dreams. Dreams of frozen wastelands and of jackal-headed eyes staring at you from beyond the stars. Kyra, your dreams are a little different. I mean, at first they're not. You definitely are dreaming of the frozen plains. You dream of a mountain and of a great plateau atop near the top of one of these mountains. You dream of dark caves within this mountain, and you can feel horrible, hungering creatures beginning to pull you apart, to eat you, all while you do not but look on in helpless terror. And you have a glimpse of the scorching eyes of Sarenrae looking upon you, and you feel their warmth, and courage fills you for a moment, and you dare to look up from the horror that is assailing you. And you see radiant sunlight bathing a creature straight out of nightmares. An immense mound of black slime thundering toward you, eyes and mouths and even stranger things forming from its heaving bulk. But it rushes past you, and you sense that it too is guided by Sarenrae's light. And you can feel her trying to reach out to you, trying so desperately to speak to you, but that wall blocking you. And you can hear a distant dragon's roar. A roar of fear. And when you awaken, it's to find that the night has passed, and some of your friends are already up and getting the unseen servants to no, can you send it back? Something vegetarian. They're trying not to eat sentient meat, but it's morning. And all of you awaken refreshed, with your benefits from any incense you may have used.
That's my spells, y'all.
You may prepare your spells. Which means I gotta prepare some spells for
Let me
Faye.
just prepare my spells. Okay, I'm
Oh
done.
wait,
You mean your
so
fireball?
hard. Preparing spells is such a hard choice. You're like, okay,
Isn't it?
what am I gonna use today?
Just take the choice away and don't do that at all.
Sarenrae, can you take that choice away?
Preparing for Faye real quick.
Okay, let's see.
Okay. Sorry. I'm not used to Feya's stuff, so it takes me a little longer.
50 spell slots.
How many?
Hold on, let me double
Since
check.
Lem has dancing lights, I think Feya's going to swap that for the light spell.
Nice.
Okay, but it's morning. You should all be at full hit points, full spell slots, full bardic lore. Lem, you feel like after the physical contact of that thing, the entire rest of the day, you were feeling this sort of slimy film over your body that you just couldn't shake off no matter how you tried. Waking up in the morning, in spite of your freaky dreams, it's gone.
Good bath will do that.
46 spell slots. But 8 of them are first level. Who uses that?
Do occasionally detect evil.
So as you guys
Ready to go?
pack up your gear, arm yourselves, head back out into the silent halls. You are not assailed by a ghost.
Good.
Not yet.
That would be
No.
a little bit.
We go to that hole.
When you re-enter the chamber with the window, looking out over the Storval Plateau from the time before Earthfall, you know the window.
Dare to look at it, Lem.
Window.
Can I get everyone to make... Actually, who do I want to target? Who would carelessly get too close to the window? Who would be the least afraid? Lem. Okay, perfect.
Lem definitely would.
Lem, I'm going to have you make a will save for me.
All right. That's the thing I do well.
Okay.
Oh
You're
my
starting to get close
God.
to the window, and something moving in the window catches, like, out of the corner of your eye. And there's a reflex to be like, oh, what's that? You don't look. Memory from yesterday, remembering just looking at the window caused so much horror yesterday. You just kind of stare straight ahead, a little stiff, and move past the window, and nobody else notices. And it's fine. You are not affected by the waking nightmare this time.
Baths.
By the way, the intelligence, wisdom, and charisma damage from yesterday, if anyone took any, that's healed as well.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's right.
I did.
1 point per day will heal of ability damage. Make sure Feya didn't have any. Okay, good. All right, so you guys continue on your way through the columns until you can hear the distant trickle of water once again. Once you reach the lake, what do you want to do?
Jump into the hole.
Where
Well-
should we go first? Yeah.
Oh,
Or what
Olaf
about the
casting Airwalk extended on himself.
Okay.
what about that place where Kyra felt watched? Maybe we should look at that.
I think that's where we're supposed to go next. But we should check out this strange hole in the ground that Sione found first. It's on the way, technically, so.
Okay.
Actually, wait, Lem,
Hmm.
what does the shard say? Where does it point?
Says,
Yeah.
beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, you can, if you just put your hand on it and focus, you can pay if you'd like to.
Really? Nobody's gonna go for what did the fox say joke? Really? Okay, that's
I
fine.
try
It's
to
fine.
avoid saying that phrase ever.
It's fine. It's late. It was funny. You are just too tired. I'm sorry. What did you want me to do?
Focus on the
What?
shard. See if you can tell us where the next one is.
Is that a thing?
That's how you got here in the first place.
Ah,
Oh shit! Holy crap! Can anybody do it?
do you want me to hold the shard?
Don't touch me.
I haven't touched you.
You leave me alone.
Are you gonna? Do you try to do that?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. grabbing the shard, you concentrate on it. You can feel still that strange feeling of like it's there, but it's also not there, which you've associated with maybe being on another plane. But you get a distinct feel that you're close and that it's just below.
It feels like it's in a bathtub in Magnamar. Weird, right?
That's. Don't make me sense motive you.
Good luck.
Don't make me prismatic spray you.
Okay, that I'll
Ew.
take. That matters. It
Wow.
feels like it's here, but it's not here. But down.
Correction, which down?
Well, did you all have dreams last night?
Yes, like before.
Horrible ones. Did
Like
you
pleasant.
Did you hear a dragon in yours?
Dragon.
No.
Not
Ooh.
yet.
I mean, there's this weird barrier between Sarah and Ray right now, and I just think it's the nature of where we are / where we're going. But I was able to. I heard a dragon like roaring in fear, and I don't know.
See it?
I didn't see it. No.
We are looking for a dragon.
We are so.
We also left one.
I will try diplomacy first. Dragons are very intelligent.
Just wonder if the roar of fear is the shard. If it has the shard.
Yeah, won't it be
it's
cursed?
Controlling it, yeah. Or there's something else.
Maybe it's being controlled and it's just aware enough to know. That'd be pretty terrible.
Yes.
Slavery
I don't know.
sucks.
Oh,
Wait,
I was
what
gonna prepare
shard?
speak with Dead and talk to that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Did you guys? We can retcon that. Yeah, you were absolutely.
We can do
planning on
that
doing
really quick.
Or we can do it up here on the cliff.
What? Yeah, that's true. You could then just
Whatever
toss
you
it
want,
into
whatever
the
you
water
want.
when you're done.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's a.
I wouldn't do that to a body, but okay.
I would. Everyone else would.
Before
could
we were
burn it.
going anywhere.
You could also burn it or something.
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay, so
I
you
will
get.
cast Speak with Dead.
How many questions is that?
I think it is 7.
Seven?
At least
7.
Okay, 7. So what are your 7
did we
questions?
we wanted to know? I wanted to know how it ended up here, or what? Yeah.
Okay, so you say, how did you end up here?
Yes. Well, I'd introduce myself. Hi, my name is Kyra.
There's actually a will save.
Oh yes, there is.
Fail. Okay. She gasps, and a little bit of water spills out of the mouth. She says, "I climb."
Where? Oh, from the dark plains. Oh.
you could ask who has her key.
Who has the key to your collar thing?
Mistress Ivanci of House Razifrey.
Okay.
Gonna leave her. Ask her what she's doing up here.
Was your mission
Why did you
here?
come up here? Yeah. What was your reason for being here?
To serve the mistress.
What else do we want to know? Do we want to know if she came with
She alone?
anyone else? Yeah. Were you the only one who came?
No, there were others.
Like you?
That's question 5.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
What does the mistress want?
Yeah, I could ask that.
Mistress, I am she desires immortality.
I'm just a Kyra. Do you think they're after what we are?
Do we know? I don't think the shards do that, do they?
We were
Not
worried
that you know of.
Yeah.
We were worried about people trying to get these besides
being
us.
too powerful. Yeah, we were. But
That's
if
'cause
she said
knows
she
about the shard.
climbed, yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Do you know about the what is it called? The Sihedron.
This is the last question, correct?
This is 6. I
Oh,
thought.
this is 6. Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
I think you. Okay.
Wait, ask her what's their mission up here.
So you asked, do they know
Already
about
did.
the Sihedron?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. They weren't after that.
Or they don't know. Or this one doesn't know.
Okay. One more question.
What? Your favorite color?
If we don't have any more questions, I'm just gonna ask her what her name is, and then that's it.
Are there any more questions?
No, I don't think so.
No.
How would she like to be buried or put to rest?
Oh yeah, could ask her that. I'll ask her name, and then I'd probably just do the normal rituals of putting a body to rest.
I am Solenress of House Resifre. The body
And then
settles.
I will burn the body.
Okay. And now getting kind of moving back to a time skip, you were able to like take care of the body.
Now that we're standing in front of this hole again, wow, what a flashback, guys! Am I right?
Yeah.
You're right.
Remember when we
So,
did that?
yep. At the
Do
hole.
you think this is the hole she climbed out of?
Oh, forget. Can I get some? Fea said that the tentacle monster was an outsider, right?
Yes.
Can I? Is it still there? The corpse?
No.
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 How about underwater?
Nope.
Great.
Oh.
Great.
Can I like try to sniff out where the corpse went?
I mean, the water would wash away. There'd be no tracks to follow.
Well, yeah, if it's
It's a
sunk
lake.
down, did. Oh.
Well, I can't smell water, buddy.
Ah! I needed a spell component.
Oh.
It would have been perfect. Wait,
So what you guys are gonna do?
are the Nagas outsiders?
They were not.
Do we go into this hole first?
Well, is there something else you wanted to look at before we go?
No, I think this is the next thing, logically. Well,
Well, we're
or
not gonna check the
strange
whole
underground
other
place.
holes.
Something was upset when I fireballed it, so.
Oh,
Well, I mean, in its defense, a lot of things would be upset if you fireballed them, so. Even I would be upset.
I wouldn't fireball you.
I know.
you want to check another fireball down there just to make sure they're upset?
Let's just
Let's make sure
just
they're upset,
fall-
and if they're not upset, let's upset them.
let's just fall in. Said it was an illusion, right?
Mm-hmm. You can just reach right through the wall.
Yeah, Sayone will jump down the hole.
I'll follow Sione.
Olak will slowly walk down.
Featherfall.
With Featherfall. Okay, I was gonna say.
I have a ring of Featherfall on.
What?
I
Okay.
have the spell called Featherfall.
Fea does not have flight or Featherfall.
Oh.
You might want to cast fly on it first.
Sione, wait. Oh,
Huh?
oh, okay.
I
figure
still
out,
have.
I guess.
I can still fly, so.
Okay. And Lem,
Oh
how are
wait,
you
how long
doing
does
this?
fly last?
I have a ring of feather.
No. I have
Oh, okay.
overland flight.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so what do you?
Togbad.
Yeah,
Togbad will need a
Togbad
way
also.
to get down there too.
I'll cast fly on Faya. And does Hogbad need it?
He doesn't have anything. I mean, I
Okay,
could give
I
him my
cast
ring
on
of
Togbad.
Featherfall if you want to give me
You
fly.
want him going with you?
Is that what you want?
I will leave him up here to guard, actually.
Oh, okay. I'll protect the tower from anything that could come over here.
Yeah. And I'll leave him. I'll cast light
Even
on
another
like
one of those monsters.
Yeah, I'll just cast light on something so that he has light.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
Oh.
Okay.
And we'll leave him actually. So. Yeah.
All right, that'll last for an hour. Good. As you guys descend.
Oh God, that's horrible.
As you guys descend the pit.
I'm sure he's fine.
Into the deepest portions of the Gilt Spur depths. We're going to end here for tonight.
Time passes faster where we are, and it's like he's been there for a week.
Oh God.
And there's also the
in the dark.
There's also whatever's been that Kyra thought was following her.
Not following, just that's probably there waiting for him. Probably should have left him in the mansion, but you know it's man.
For the ghost to see. Either way.
Yeah. Well, it's okay.
But hey, you guys killed a mother of Oblivion. That's pretty cool.
Yay.
Did you want to see, Kyra, the slithering, horrible creature that you saw in your dream or your nightmare?
Oh yes, I was
do?
picturing something, but I'm sure the actual artwork is far worse.
I'm going to avoid showing this to everybody. This is just for Kyra for now.
Oh no.
Because I don't want the name being put in anywhere. So, and Kyra shouldn't have the name, but I can't show it without putting the name.
Yeah, you can.
That's fine.
You gotta remove the... Oh, no, you can't.
That's far worse than what I was picturing.
That's what
I'll
went
just have
slapping
you know.
across the stone past you toward the sound of the dragon roaring.
Oh, why
And
does
what
it
you
have
felt-
so many mouths? Why does it have so many mouths?
And what you felt Saren Ray also touching.
So many mouths. A gibbler?
What?
Like at first it would have seemed like it was coming right at you, but it went past you.
Yeah, and her light was touching it?
Mm-hmm. And she was trying to tell you something, but she couldn't. Like you could imagine, like you could hear language, but backwards, so it made no sense to you in the dream. Coming from Saren Ray.
Oh my lord.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, there are so many eyes on this thing. Eyes and just
mouths.
And just
all sorts of stuff.
There's hands. There's two-toed feet. I can't even. It's gorgeous.
For chat, one more time, I'm going to put up the artwork of you guys' fight with the Mother of Oblivion. First of all, because it's just metal as fuck, but also I like showing off the artwork we have from this adventure. This is literally the cave and the adventure where they fought it. That's what they were fighting, and accurate size. It's too bad Kyra and Lem and actually it was just Kyra and Lem who got grappled by it. It's too bad there's none of our iconics in that artwork, but
right.
Yeah, that's a doozy. If there's ever any kind of fan art of any Pathfinder monsters, I'm excited already. But this is, I mean, hot damn, man. It's freaky.
Oh,
so
that was a good game tonight.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much. And I'm sorry, guys being chat, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, for watching. For the chat's blessings and everything. If you want to see more of this campaign or tonight's episode that you might have missed, or just other episodes, other campaigns that we've run or will be running in the near future, wink, You can find that on our YouTube channel, which is linked in chat right now. I would also encourage you to check out all of these lovely, lovely people in their native environments. I'm pointing down also, but I'm too close to the camera, which is linked in our link tree in chat. Thank you so much for being here. We will be live with more Pathfinder. Shit, I forgot to ask about it. Probably next week. There's a possibility of a personnel problem. It might be 2 weeks until we play Pathfinder again. I'm going to find out about that. Watch our Twitter account for news on if we end up playing next Monday or not. But we normally play Mondays, 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Mountain, etc. time zones. You guys know the drill. And also, we will be live next on this channel this coming Sunday for our 5th edition D&D game, Water Under the Bridge. In which we are playing the Sunless Citadel. So thank you so much for being here. We love you guys. Take care. Be good. Good night, everyone.